Welcome to 8801 Cheviot Road, Colerain High School for Waycross Community Television's presentation of Cardinal football as the Colerain Cardinals play host to the Princeton Vikings. I am Brandon Wyatt alongside Brian Wyatt from WeAreColerain.com here to give you this GMC matchup.
Yeah, doing a joint broadcast. Thank you, everybody from Waycross Community Media that's letting us showcase our student athletes from Colerain and Princeton. This game will be recorded, but the playback schedule, I give it to you right now, and we'll give it to you later on in the game also. On Time Warner Cable, 979, Saturday, 10:18 at midnight, Saturday at 6 p.m., and Tuesday at 9:30. That's also at Cincinnati Bell-Fi Optics. And then on Channel 4, Time Warner Cable at 8:54, Cincinnati Bell-Fi Optics. It's Sunday at 10:19 at 9 a.m. and Wednesday at 10:22 at 2 p.m.
Princeton Vikings coming into this game with a overall record here through 7 weeks of play of 2-5, 1-3 in the conference. 2 wins coming against the Walnut Hills Eagles in week 2. And the Sycamore Aviators, a big upset in week 5. The Princeton Vikings have common opponents of LaSalle, East, and Fairfield with the Colerain Cardinals, all of which resulted in losses for the Princeton Vikings.
Yeah, this Colerain team is going to be coming in at 5-3, led by their senior quarterback, Deshaunte Jones, who passed for 670 yards and ran for 791. Also see their big threat out of the backfield. That's Jordan Asbury. But with this offense, everything runs off the fullback. So sophomore Monolo Caldwell will be for the fullback position. You'll hear his name tonight a lot. So Brandon, who you got from the Princeton Vikings?
The Princeton Vikings run a very varied offense. Coach Bolin talked about it this week's Coaches Show every Tuesday night at Barnesburg Tavern. This week, he talked about with the offense being they don't really give you any one look. They'll come out of the shotgun, under the eye, multiple sets, just trying to get the ball in the hands of their best player, their wide receiver, number 8, Elijah Ball, a 6'1", 185-pound senior. He's going to line up in the backfield. He might line up at quarterback. They're just going to, Princeton tonight is just going to try to get the ball in Ball's hands.
Yeah, Elijah Ball, 90 attempts rushing for 524 yards. Also receiving, only 9 receptions, but several of them a touchdown. But don't forget about the big DeMarcus Staley, leads them in receptions with 19, and he has 4 of their touchdowns. So we're going to see multiple offensive and multiple threats all over this field. This game is, it's going to be a track meet.
Princeton Vikings have put up plenty of points, struggled at times really at stopping their opponents. This is a special event here at Colerain High School. It is part of the Great American Rivalry Series, which honors America's military, and 2 players are honored before this game, 1 from each team for their academic prowess off the field.
Yeah, it was Brandon Gilbert for Colerain and Alan Glay from Princeton.
So I have that, and you get a look at it now as the Colerain Cardinals to 2001, a Space Odyssey, come onto the field. The tradition here is to put the flag up. A senior gets to carry it through the tunnel. Unfortunately, it looks like the flag fell off the pole. Kendall Strader will try to fix that. If not, they're going to go through the tunnel here.
Well, they're scrambling to get it done, and if you're talking about flags, if we can get a shot of the flags in the stands and at the goalpost, a very warm fall night, but very blustery winds. Don't know how it's going to affect the passing game or the kicking game.
You can see when they run by, the Cards flag, the CARDS flags are flailing in the wind, and they're not even running.
And they got the Cards flag fixed. Taken out by one of the team managers. Didn't get it to the player in time, but
the Cardinals have taken the field. Now, this game has been delayed 10 minutes. It's supposed to start at 7:30. It was delayed 10 minutes to about right now. That was unfortunate. Princeton ran into some traffic. I don't think they were aware of the homecoming route, but this night is homecoming for the Colerain Cardinals. Got caught up, and they got here at just about 10 till 7 for the Colerain Cardinals. Yeah, graciously gave them extra time.
Yeah, gave them time to warm up. Colerain is on the field. Princeton didn't go into the locker room there to warm up afterwards. They went into Colerain's practice field, so they're working their way to the sidelines from the darkness behind the stands, and here they come in on the field. As I said, I believe Princeton won the toss. and elected to receive, so they want to be on offense first, which is fine with Coach Bolden and his Cardinals. That they usually defer to the second half anyway.
And I can tell you the exact words Bolden told his players when he came back from the locker room after the coin toss. Defense, they chose you. It doesn't matter what it is. Defense, you chose if they were to elect to kick. Offense, they chose you. It's just one of those little motivating factors that Bolden inherited from Coach Combs.
But you know, Coach can say it every year because he's got new kids. You know that because you used to play here under Coach Combs when Coach Bolden was your offensive coordinator. So you got a little bit of insights on that. But yeah, every coach has a little thing. It's on Colerain's defense. Their defense has struggled, giving up a lot of points this year. Luckily, the offense has kept up with them.
But this is a very special matchup in which you could throw records out the door in this game. 40 of the last 47 GMC championships are between these two schools. It's a very special night, as always is the case when the Princeton Vikings come to Colerain High School. Legendary Princeton coach Pat Mancuso has a booth reserved for him in the Cardinal press box.
Now, did I hear that right? The GMC has been around 47 years, and between these two teams, they have 40 of the league titles.
40. There's
wow.
a sporadic couple Middletowns. When Lakota was one school, the year Fairfield won state in the 80s. Other than that,
Middletown's won a couple, but you know, you're right, absolutely correct. Throw all of that out right now. We learned last year when these two teams played, Colerain overwhelmingly was a favorite, but we're down 16 points before coming back in the third quarter. So we're about ready to kick off. That's a Christian Danevsky going to tee it up for Colerain.
Marcus Plake back deep for the Princeton Vikings.
Lots of wind. Danevsky's having trouble keeping the ball on the tee. He will be kicking right now with the wind to his back.
So it looks like Jordan Asbury will have to hold the tee, as is the case with this wind. No rain this week. Past 2 weeks have been a little difficult in weather-wise with heavy downpours. Not really a muddy situation with these field turfs that the modern high schools have, but nonetheless, the wind is blustery.
Princeton just with one return man want that extra blocker. Danevsky's got the leg to get it out. If he can get it up into this wind, I don't think it's going to be returnable.
The wind is coming across the field, however, so be careful not to kick this ball out of bounds. The kick is up, and it goes into the end zone. Touchback for the Colerain Cardinals. The Princeton Vikings will start from their own 20-yard line. So number 5, Orlando McIntosh, will line up as quarterback for the Princeton Vikings. They'll have 3 to the right, tight end to the left, and a running back to the left of the quarterback. Snap is back as a direct handoff up the middle, finds a seam, but not before the Cardinals close up again. Told you about the wide receiver lineup in the backfield. This time Elijah Ball out of the backfield, takes it up the middle for a 3-yard gain.
3-yard gain stopped by the middle of the Colerain defense. E.J. Harrell in the middle. That was Bolden also on the assist.
We're going to have to specify Bolden's. We got 2 of the linebackers out there at Bolden's.
Got 1. Oh,
handoff again up the middle. Straight to ball, and the Cardinal defense is there to meet them. It'll be a minimal game. Maybe got 1 depending on the spot.
Yeah, they go off tackle, try to find a little bit of room. Same play from the other side, and there's your freshman, little Danny Bolden coming from the outside. Kyle from the middle, Demetrius Colbert. Whole bunch of Cardinals come in there. Going to bring a 3rd down. Let's call it a long 6.
It's a name Cardinal fans are going to get familiar with in the next couple of years. There's a lot of Bolden's kids in the system. So 3rd and about 6 for the Vikings. McIntosh looks to his right. He's still got trips to the right. Tight end to the left. Ball on his right. Snap back. He looks left. Left-hander throws it up. He's got a man. Wide receiver. DeMarcus Staley picks up the 1st down for the Princeton Vikings.
Yeah, they run a clear out route with the slot receiver. The outside receiver kind of goes into the area where that was cleared there. Nice, accurate pass. Hits him right in stride, and he sits right past the 1st down linebacker, lineman. So the Colerain take him down, but not after they pull up to the ball all the way to the 35-yard line.
That's the first time we get to look at McIntosh's left-handed release. So trips left now. Still on the shotgun of the Vikings. Snaps back. It's going to be a handoff the ball. He's going to try to find a seam. He's got one. Cardinals defense recovers, but not before ball. Gets a big chunk there. He'll pick up 6, maybe 7, depending on the spot.
I tell you what, he's a pretty big guy. 6'1", 185. He's listed. Looks a lot bigger than that. Drives through the initial contact by the Colerain defender and picks up a good 7 yards.
The Vikings got a little something going right now. McIntosh checks the play at the line with his steps back. Snap back ball. McIntosh lost the snap. He'll get it over, sails over the head of the receiver and out of bounds. Looked like McIntosh went to run the fake before he even had the ball.
Yeah. Timing a little bit off on that play. He takes the snap from center from the shotgun, as you're right. He was looking to throw just a little pop pass to the outside, trying to get his wide receiver in space, but you got to catch the ball before you can throw it.
So with that play, the incomplete pass will result in a 3rd and 4 for the Vikings. Snap is back. Fake to McIntosh.
That ball picked off.
Right to Jeff Christian. I don't know who he was throwing to. Christian looking for a blocker. He's got some space. Trying to get up ahead. He's down the sidelines to the 25-20. Cuts back. Still on his feet to the 10. 5. Cuts through a defender. Touchdown, Colerain Cardinals.
Jeff Christian took that from about his own 30-yard line. I'll tell you what, he's got a lot of teammates to thank right there. Almost looked like a punt return. Showed a lot of patience is here. Just kind of floated it up into area, overthrows his receiver. Yeah, Christian takes it at the 35, and he's to the sideline, picks up a big block in the end, but slides down, and he's got a convoy up there. Dan Bolden making a big play. Kevin Hyde also with a big block.
And
so Colerain strikes for us on defense. Here's Christian Danevsky for the extra point.
Spencer Hen with the hold. Noah Turner with the snap. We get a whistle and a timeout here. Don't know what the situation is.
I don't think Princeton's got enough players on the team.
And there's a timeout for the Princeton Vikings, their first of the half.
And Brandon, I don't know if you just witnessed, there's always a Colerain tradition that comes back and forth. The glass in our booth here just kind of took a little hit, maybe thought a bird hit it. Got hit with a piece of licorice up here.
Grandma Smith,
the licorice lady, is in the house tonight.
The grandmother of the former Colerain Cardinals and Ohio State Buckeyes, Spencer Smith and Connor Smith. So after the timeout, Princeton now has 11 on the field. We assume they have 11 on the field. Assume the Colerain Cardinals have 11, and they'll set up for the extra point.
As you said, Turner's your long snapper. Spencer Hen is your holder. Christian Danevsky will attempt the extra point.
Referee signals ready for play as Danevsky lines up here. Snap is back, hold is down, kick is up. And it's good, and at 9:36 to play in the first quarter, it's the Colerain Cardinals striking first. They lead the Princeton Vikings 7-0.
Well, when you're playing defense to start a ball game, you're looking for the big stop. Colerain gets a little bit more than that. They stop Princeton's first possession and score on defense. As we're looking at the replay again, he just kind of overthrows his receiver, and Christian's there just playing a little center field, and then he just turns it into a big return. See him on the outside, a big block there to the outside, kind of stutter steps, and he's got a convoy in front of him. That's Hyde. That's Dan Bolden.
Kyle Bolden right there. That is 7, Kyle Bolden.
Kyle's 8.
7 is Daryl Gardner. All the other Boldens were at 7.
There we go. There's our confusion. Oh, that's right. Dan's wearing his 40s. That's right.
Joe Bolden. Other Bolden playing linebacker, Colerain, 47. So Danevsky will set up for a second kickoff attempt here. We'll remind you, those of you listening live on wearecolerain.com, you can hit us up on Twitter and let us know from where you're listening to with an email address at radio@wearecolerain.com. Let us know where you're listening from, what class you graduated, or just tell us how good of a job we're doing.
So back for the Princeton Vikings again,
or
Marcus Plack.
Or whose kid's name we're mispronouncing. That works too. And Danevsky's kick is up, away, and that one will be not returnable. Plack caught it outside the end zone, but it's where the ball is, not the player, as he reached up over his head.
Yeah, the momentum of the ball carried into the end zone, so no return. Princeton gets the ball, 1st and 10 at their own 20.
And the Vikings really had something going there to start. Just McIntosh's pass, were really confused where he was trying to go with it. But the Cardinals really were not doing their best there to hold the Princeton as they were.
Well, they had a lot of success just grinding the ball up the middle to short passes, but the one misstep where they had the incomplete pass on the mishandled step kind of put a funk in their step.
McIntosh trips left, hands it off the ball up the middle. He tries to find some space. He did. He had a lot of room to run. But luckily for the Cardinals, the turf monster tripped him up, and he'll be brought down after only a 4-yard gain.
Yeah, number 52 from Colerain gets a little bit of penetration right there, and I think that he caught his leg a little bit. Devin Williams.
Good thing he did. If not, he had a lot of room to run for the Princeton Vikings.
So he does pick up about 3.
McIntosh snap, hands it off the ball, up the middle, bouncing off the defenders, still on his feet, and he's close to a first down for the Princeton Vikings.
Looks like they'll mark him just short, about a half-yard short. A lot of success so far, just going right at the Cardinals defense if you stay patient. Colerain a little undersized up front. As we see, it's just a straight handoff up there. He makes initial contact, but it's yards after the contact, probably 7 yards after contact, brings up a third down at about the length of a football.
Coach Bolden told us the goal for Princeton is get the ball to ball as we get a hand up straight up the middle. Cardinals ready for it. Demetrius Colbert. And
it's going to be close.
Spin forward for the first down, I think.
Yep, looks like the official from the sideline is going to come in. They had him about 3 yards deep, and they hit him short, but no, it's the strength of Mr. Ball just driving, carrying a few defenders, gets him just across the 30 for the first down for the Vikings.
So the Cardinals were there. They had the right defense call, but a great play by the star player for the Princeton Vikings, Elijah Ball, to pick up the first down.
You know, you run this spread option like this, it's a little more effective. I mean, if they're going to overplay Ball, the quarterback's a runner too. He's got to kind of read that, maybe keep it himself sometime.
Cardinals shifting up front, trying to confuse the Princeton offense. Snap is back, it fakes the hand off the ball. Up the middle, he had a man open over the head of Aaron Turner, and the Vikings almost had a big play.
Yeah, they just went a nice little seam route here. Faked the handoff, and he's right there in the middle between the quarterback and the safety. And if he catches that, he's only got one man to beat, but a little bit of gator arms right there, right through his hands. Brings up a second down and 10.
Vikings flip the formation. Now wide receivers trip to the right. The Princeton Vikings have ran trip shotgun every single play, but here we get a penalty flag, and we're going to get an offsides.
Yeah, looked like Demetrius Colbert, number 12, defensive end for Colerain, was lined up offsides.
It'll be a 5-yard penalty. Make it 2nd and 5 for the Princeton Vikings. But like I was saying, interesting for the Vikings. It's just trips left or right. But the tight end is the only one really moving here in the formation.
Yeah, and they pretty much have gone to the wide side and then run to the weak side with Ball. And there it goes again.
Fakes handoff, same play to the seam. This time he hits it, and that's a first down. Aaron Turner close to midfield.
That's the pass they missed before, and this time Turner hangs on to it. Goes to the well again. Just a little seam behind the linebackers in front of the safety. Takes him down, but not after he gets all the way out to the 48-yard line of the Princeton Vikings.
McIntosh trying to get the Vikings into Cardinal territory. Hand off the ball. He's met in the backfield. Slips the tackle. Still on his feet. He's got open space. Cut back up the middle. He's got a first down deep in the Cardinal territory. That'll be first down Vikings at the Cardinal 34.
Again, breaking tackles after that. I mean, he is hit at the line of scrimmage as he makes a cutback, the over pursuit, and there's a Colerain Cardinal. Two of them gets hands on him, and he runs through that tackle. A very strong runner, and we see why he's the big threat on this team.
And with that play, the defensive coach immediately calls timeout to reset his cut right, trying to reset his Cardinal defense before the Vikings could get on the board. Also, if we get a look, a little interesting. We said tonight was homecoming. A couple of the team managers for Colerain in the team huddle are in their homecoming gowns.
Well, and I saw a couple of there's a couple of the guys that are also on the bench in ties.
Non-players, but the team managers. But
I tell you what, that's the best dressed water people I've ever seen at a football game.
It is.
Water persons.
Water persons. That was a Cardinal timeout.
Colerain called that last timeout. So each team has used one timeout. 7:49 left in this first half. Colerain leading 7-0.
So, Vikings back out. Trips this time to the right side of the field. McIntosh takes it, fakes a hand off the ball. He's going to keep it, take it the other way. 2 Cardinals are there, and McIntosh splits the defenders, picks up. He'll be close to another Viking first down.
That's what happens if you overplay the running back there. This time he pulls it out of his belly and takes it himself. Oh, there's a couple Colerains there to make the play. Cuts inside. Dan Bolden takes the tackle.
That's a freshman trying to make a tackle there, and Dan Bolden a little bit too much pursuit there, and he gets caught there. Yeah, McIntosh this time hands the ball. He's met in the backfield. He'll still fall forward and pick up the first down. It'll be held to a minimal gain.
First down, Princeton.
Well, he only needed minimal yardage, getting down to the 23, 24-yard line. A first down, Princeton Vikings threatening.
Chris Albert had him in the backfield.
So ball goes out of the game, going to need a breather. See if they mix up the offense in the backfield for the Princeton Vikings, substituting in there.
Earl Dickey, a 5'9" junior. Orlando McIntosh barks out the play. Looks to the sidelines for the check.
Huge gaps between the center and guards. You see that, Brandon?
I can see. Takes it. Speed option. McIntosh keeps it. He's going to find a seam, cut it up, but it'll be a minimal gain. It'll be only a 3, maybe 2-yard gain, depending on the spot.
Taking a play out of Colerain's book. Shotgun out. Just the fullback back there to make the pitch. Quarterback keeps it, takes it inside. Nice play by Demetrius Colbert to make the stop. Second down and 8.
So every time, almost, it seems that Princeton is flipping their formation, going trips one way, then flipping the other. The interesting note is the Cardinals are flipping with them on their defensive, following that trips with their strong side of the secondary. Snap back, McIntosh, another speed option, cut back. Not there, but it's going to fall forward, pick up another 2 yards. It'll set up a 3rd and 6 for the Princeton Vikings.
Again, he picks up 2 yards after contact. This time he goes left with that speed option. Colerain kind of turns him inside, forces him to go there, makes contact, but what we've always said, got skinny. Got between 2 tacklers and picked up, so it's 3rd down at the 19-yard line. They'll need about 6.
McIntosh takes it, hands it off. He's going to get met in the backfield. No room to run for Earl Dickey, Daryl Gardner, and E.J. Harrell, along with a flock of Cardinals there to make the stop for the Cardinals. Interesting situation here now for the Princeton Vikings. Are you too far for the field goal attempt? Or are you going to go for it here on 4th
Well,
down?
it'd be a relatively long kick for a high school kicker, but they're being kicking also directly into a very stiff wind.
So 4th and 8 for the Vikings at the Cardinal 22.
So with ball out and out of the ball game, I'm looking for this seam pass that's been successful twice for him.
McIntosh takes it, fakes the handoff. He looks deep. Gardner applying the pressure, and he'll get the sack.
He's still loose. There.
I can't believe they didn't call in the grass there. Doesn't matter. Cardinals hold on 4th down. It'll be first down Cardinals after the Princeton turnover on down.
Daryl Gardner comes around the right side, overruns him, chases him into the pocket, but gets a ball out, turns him inside. Nice play by E.J. Harrell to stop him, and then it's all a bunch of Cardinals. I'll tell you what, you're stopped like that. He tried to get that ball out. He got his arm free and was thinking about passing that. He's just got to tuck that and take the loss there. But Colerain's going to take the. We're going to see the Colerain offense for the first time at the 4:54 mark in this first quarter. They're up 7-0. Scored defensively, but this is the first time we're going to see Deshante Jones and this Colerain offense.
The equipment timeout for Princeton here. Got an adjusted band. We'll take this time to recognize the email. Randy and Beth Hunt, class of 92, listening in Ross. So thanks for listening to live on WayCornway.com, and hopefully you'll watch the playback later on Waycross Television.
And thanks for everybody that sent us emails last week. We didn't have a full staff and could not answer them last week, but we're glad you listened and we did receive them.
So I formation, Deshante Jones takes it, speed pitch to the outside, tries to cut it up, but the Vikings are there. Good play and good pursuit by the Vikings.
Yeah, that's Elijah Harris makes the tackle. Colerain just running their true triple option here. Feeds to the fullback, gets behind him there, but nice penetration there. And he really throws it off. Elijah Harris, running back linebacker, breaks up that play. So he gets back to the original line of scrimmage, 2nd down and 10.
So Cardinals stay in the same formation. Deshante Jones hands it off to the fullback, and he's got lots of space. Cuts back to the outside. He's still on his feet. Through one defender, through another, and finally out of bounds, but not before he picks up 20-plus yards for Colerain's first down of the game.
In this option, you've got to stop the fullback, and they give right to Monolo Caldwell. Big blocks there. That was Niehaus on the outside, along with Jesse Lockwood. The double pancakes just blows a huge hole.
That's the outside veer play for the Colerain Cardinals, where your tight end, guard, and tackle are going to double team the linebacker double team the lineman to the linebacker and let the read be the empty man. Shante Jones, step back pass. Jordan Asbury wasn't prepared for it as it sails over his head. A little play action pass there. Asbury had room to run, but he wasn't ready for the pass.
That's an adrenaline incompletion pass there. He slipping through in that little seam pass there and hit him wide open. Timing a little off, got the ball off just a little too early. Asbury didn't get his head around. Had no chance of catching it, but if he catches that, he's off to the races. So 2nd down and 10.
Another one, too. Shante knows he's open. Maybe take a breath and then
As I said, your adrenaline is the first possession. You're going on adrenaline right now, and you just got to calm yourself down and make the play.
And in motion to Shante Jones, speed pitch. Jordan Asbury, man, immediately in the backfield. Great play by Princeton, and they were on that play before it could develop. Brandon Harris, a 5'9" junior linebacker, was there before the pitch almost got there. So great play by Princeton Vikings. Sets up a 3rd and 18 for the Colerain Cardinals.
And they saw something on film, anticipated that play, and he was there almost before the pitch. So Colerain doesn't do much other than setting Asbury outside. 2 wide receivers down. Sean Sarley in the slot.
DeShante in the shotgun, takes a step. He looks left, is rolling, trying to find someone. He's going to throw to Sean Sarley, high out of bounds, incomplete, and the Cardinals will be forced to punt.
Even if he catches that, he's not going to get the first down, throws it down, but the incomplete pass. Good defense there by Sean Cook of the Princeton Vikings. Shante Jones just trying, they ran a clear out right and then run a little out, but he would have caught it back basically at the original line of scrimmage, even if he catches that. So it's going to bring on Christian Danevsky. He's going to be kicking with the wind at his back, about setting up at his own 25-yard line. Marcus Plack back for the Vikings.
Demetrius Colbert into snap. Will snap back to Danevsky, punting. Snap is back. It's good. Danevsky gets it off, and it's a good punt, high and deep, and that one's going to go nearly over that. Black, he can't handle it.
And it's still loose.
It's going to be picked up by the Colerain Cardinals. Touchdown, Colerain Cardinals on the muff punt.
Who came up with it? Colerain Cardinals.
And that is, can't tell.
Still can't see the number. That's E.J. Harrell, your 5'7", 200-pound nose guard for Colerain High School. Platt goes back, and this ball was up in the wind, and he had trouble grabbing it. And what he cardinal sin. You got to fall on it. Don't try to pick it up. Mad scramble for the ball, and that is E.J. Harrell,
the 5'9" senior.
5'7".
5'7" senior nose guard.
So Colerain has had 1 offensive possession and 1 first down, yet they're up 14-0. 3:33 left in this first quarter.
Any way you can take it. Turner for the snap, Penn for the hold, Danevsky for the kick. Snap is back, hold is down, kick is up, and it's good. So with 3:33 remaining in the first quarter, it's your Colerain Cardinals 14, the Vikings of Princeton 0.
And thanks for everybody at Waycross Community Media and all the volunteers that are out here in this win tonight. And if you'd like to be part of a future broadcast, not just here at Colerain, but in the community, remember www.waycross.tv or 513-825-2429. You could be part of a future broadcast, whether it's behind the camera, behind the mic, or in the truck. They're completely run by volunteers, and thank you for everybody here at the cage tonight on cameras, everybody around here. So thank you, Waycross Community Media.
And as every week, the student section here at Colerain gets bigger and bigger and bigger. It's even bigger with tonight being homecoming, and the theme for this student section this week, red, white, and blue, is another look on Waycross of E.J. Harrell picking up the muff punt in the end zone for 6 points.
Well, looking into the end zone, Rand, they got that partitioned off for the students, but it looked like there's some adults there who are joining the student section. Overflow crowd here on the Colerain side, so lots of room. So Danevsky's going to tee it up again at the 40. That's Plack looking to redeem after his mistake on the punt.
Nevsky for the third time. Will he get it? And he will. 30 kickoffs for Nevsky in the first quarter. 3 touchbacks.
Ball will be placed on the 20-yard line. First down, Princeton.
So again, this game will be replayed on Time Warner Cable 979 and Cincinnati Bell Fi Optics 850 tonight at midnight. Tomorrow afternoon at 6 p.m. Tuesday 10/21 at 9:30, and on Time Warner Cable Channel 4, Cincinnati Bell Five Optics 8:54. Sunday 9 a.m. Wednesday 10/22 at 2 p.m.
So the Princeton Vikings line up again, same formation as always. Trips to the one side with the tight end, this time to the right. Handoff kept. McIntosh tries to make a dance, gets by the first defender, but is brought down by the rest of the Cardinals as they pursue inside. Good play there by number 29, Keontae Stanley, to push that ball back inside.
Yeah, did what he needed to do. You stay his ground, stay in your lane, and turned him inside. Keontae Stanley having a good season so far for a first-year starter here on this defense.
McIntosh takes a snap, handoff, trying to find some space, not there. And Raekwon Robinson into the ballgame at running back. Can't get anything going there, and he'll be brought down for a 3-yard loss. It'll be 3rd and 11.
Yeah, Devin Williams, Colerain defensive end, just kind of swallows him there. There's just nowhere for him to go. He actually takes a loss there. 3rd down and 11. And I'm surprised. I don't know if Ball's hurt, but he's not in the ballgame again.
He's in a wide receiver.
Okay. In the slot.
Wide receiver. McIntosh takes it, going to try to run with it, keeps it. He's got some space down the sidelines. It's going to depend on the spot. It's right there.
Yeah, he's going
to be marked just past the 30-yard line. It'll be enough for a Princeton Viking first down.
Yeah, they go trip left, fake the handoff up the middle, and he takes it all the way around right side. Good play call. There's only one man to beat, and he got him to the edge. Saw where he needed to get to the flag and stepped right out of bounds. First down, Princeton at the 30-yard line.
McIntosh snap, takes it, hands it off. Met in the backfield, breaks the tackle, still on his feet, and a big finish there. Number 17, Raekwon Robinson, had some space, but he was met harshly by the Colerain linebacking core.
It looked like Bolden and Davis there. A little more speed. Devin Williams can't make the tackle. He gets past him, slowed down, and then cleaned up for a host of Colerain Cardinals. 2nd down and 7. You know, with Ball at running back, they were pretty much running up the middle. With this running back in there, they're pretty much going outside.
Snap back, McIntosh speed option, cuts back the other side, trying to find some space. We got a flag, and might be a face mask on the Cardinals.
No, it's in the area. It's either a face mask on Colerain or it's in the area of holding near that offensive line. No. There, looks like they're going to walk it off against the Princeton Vikings, and it is a holding.
Vikings. In that massive bodies, I just saw something go pulled back with an arm. Couldn't really tell what it was. It turns out it was a jersey and not a face mask. So
it's a spot foul. So it's not from the end of the play, from the 10 yards back from the occurrence, with it just inside the 30. So this is going to bring it all the way back almost to the 20-yard line.
So be about a 2nd and 21 for the Vikings. McIntosh rolls left, looking for a receiver. Cardinals with coverage. He's going to have to run with it, and he breaks the tackle, throws it up. He's got a wide receiver wide open for the first down for the Princeton Vikings. DeMarcus Staley with the catch.
Yeah, he gets outside here, and lots of pressure from the Colerain, but he stays patient. If he's got a little time to plant his feet, Princeton wide receiver was wide open, but he breaks the tackle, sees him, and just throws it up and hopes he catches it. But he did. We saw this a lot last year when these two teams faced. Princeton made some big plays down the field, and we got a player down. It looks like a Princeton player, so hopefully he's okay.
Can't really get a look at his number from here as we get another look here at the timeout. The team managers in their homecoming dresses. That's still cracking me up.
Yeah, so we announced earlier the replay times. You can also find that on our homepage at wearecolerain.com, and we've also got it posted on our wearecolerain.com Facebook page.
So the injured Viking is still down. This is a team that's kind of dealing with some injuries right now. Their star sophomore defensive lineman went out with a really bad concussion last week. Thankfully, neck wasn't too badly hurt, but the Vikings are already thin on the injury front.
As we get a look at our student section, red, white, blue is the theme. And I'll tell you what, they're almost overtaking the band there in the end zone there. Our student section is getting so large.
It looks like the Viking is sat up. Nope.
So again, this is part of the Great American Rivalry Series. So thank for them to be in attendance. And as we mentioned earlier, the student athletes awarded before the game for Colerain, Brandon Gilbert, and for the Princeton Vikings, that was Alan Clay. So not only athletes over the field, but praising their academics. So congratulations, young men. So this might take a look, they've got the momentum Princeton did with a big play. He made a big play here, but this kind of slows it down. And I was told by the guys in the booth, we haven't confirmed it, but we won't say a number until we know for sure who it is.
So both teams have huddled on their sidelines as the player is still down. It looks like he is finally sat up.
So Brandon, being an ex-player, when you've got a teammate, when you've got a teammate down like this, does it do anything mentally as part of the game, or just kind of collect yourself and do your job?
You just collect yourself and do your job. You just take the approach of next man in. The young man has finally gotten up and he's starting to walk away. And it looks like for the Princeton Vikings, the injury woes continue. Number 5, Orlando McIntosh, for the quarterback for the Princeton Vikings, is out.
Yeah, he made a big scramble and released the ball, but took a big hit on his release. Not really sure what the injury is, but he's walking off with assistance. Doesn't seem to be limping. So, a lot of times when you take a hit like that, the hardest hit is when you hit the turf. So hopefully he just got his bell rung and we'll see him back. But he's looking like he needs some assistance getting off that field.
So it'll be interesting to see here. We'll get to see the Cardinals defend against the Princeton Viking backup quarterback. It'll be interesting to see how that is. Maybe if they've just put ball back there in a Wildcat, maybe.
Coach Bolden was talking about they do run the Wildcat with him there, but it's kind of interesting. Colerain up 14-0 with 1:28 left in this first quarter. Have only had one offensive possession. The time of possession has just got to be absolutely ridiculous, but that stat doesn't matter. Colerain 2 defensive touchdowns, lead 14-0.
So it'll be number 16, a freshman, Raphael Floyd, in at quarterback for the Princeton Vikings. So the Cardinals have a freshman in there, a middle linebacker, and Dan Bolden. He'll be going against another freshman, Raphael Floyd, for the Princeton Vikings. So Floyd in the shotgun will take his first snap. Handed off the ball, and he's met immediately by 2 Cardinals, Dan Bolden.
That was Bolden and Bolden.
Tackle by Bolden.
You pretty much know the quarterback's not going to make the big play. Now that was Demetrius Colbert got the tackle. The Boldens get credit on the cleanup, but it was Colbert
with the initial tackle. So it'll be 2nd and 13 for the Vikings from their own 40.
13?
Snaps back. Floyd steps back. He's going to throw. Find a receiver. Will fall down as he makes a catch. It'll be a complete pass to DeMarcus Staley for about 7 yards. It'll set up a 3rd and 7, or 6 for the Princeton Vikings. As there's 30 seconds remaining in the quarter. This should be the final play of the quarter.
Hey, Brandon, is that 16 or is that 18? They've got another quarterback listed on the roster.
Ball's
18.
Loose.
That is 18.
18, sorry, 18.
Yeah, Solomon Reed. He did get some playing time against LaSalle.
He fumbled the ball there on the snap. It'll fall down straight on top of it. It'll set up a 4th and 13, so they lost all that yards they got on the pass. But interestingly enough, here in the first quarter, the Colerain Cardinals take their second timeout here of the quarter. So you get another look at it, and it's not a very good snap. Reed really couldn't do anything about it except fall on top of it.
Yeah, he almost like a hockey goalie there. That ball was going to be past him, and he knocks it down with his little foot save. If that gets past him, that's a free ball, and Colerain could have recovered that. So he limits the loss.
Now, I'm just saying, if he had some soccer skills, he could have kicked that ball. He could have rolled that ball up straight up to him. As the Cardinals here called another timeout here. Interesting here to maybe set up your punt return, but it's not. It's the end of the first quarter, not the end of the first half.
I think it might have been Princeton with a couple guys hurt. They didn't have enough guys, but I'm not really sure who called that.
The Cardinals called it.
Did they? Okay. So Christian back for the Cardinals.
Snap is back. Cardinals applying pressure.
He got a hand on it.
Not a very good kick here. It's going to roll just across midfield. That will be a 10-yard punt for the Princeton Vikings. Not the way you want that to go.
Well, the snap was okay. He took a little bit of time here, but I believe it was Zach Johnson coming outside, gets a mid on it, and is correct. Zach Johnson does knock it down. The ball is just barely into Colerain territory. They're going to have with 3.9 seconds left in this first quarter, up 14-0. Ball spotted at their own 49.
So, Deshante Jones comes out. Traditional Colerain formation, 2 backs either side, dotted by a fullback and a tight end to one, and a split out the other way. Sends a man in motion. Step back, Deshante Jones looking to throw, not there.
Got lots of room.
Step back and run the other way. He's got some room down the sidelines. He's at the 30, the 25, 20, beats his man, got a shirt tail on him, brings him down at that 10-yard line.
There's a flag way behind the play.
The only place that could be is a holding, because not only did the referee throw it, he picked it up and placed it. So this will be coming back.
Yeah, Colerain offensive lineman and a defensive line were kind of tied up until a little scrum there, but Colerain lineman gets called for the holding. As we look at the replay, Deshante Jones looking for the scramble, and he finds space with nobody open.
I think that one would have been called on Kendall Strader, maybe.
Yes.
They don't announce the numbers here in high school football. So that is the end of the first quarter here from Colerain High School. It's the Colerain Cardinals 14, the Princeton Vikings 0. Cardinals doing it with an offensive touchdown and a special teams touchdown.
Again, your replay schedule for this game can be found on wearecolerain.com's homepage and on our Facebook page. If you don't have that, you just want to listen to me tell you. On Time Warner Cable 979 and Cincinnati Bell-Fi Optics 850 tonight at midnight. Saturday at 6 p.m. Tuesday at 9:30. Time Warner Cable Channel 4 and Cincinnati Bell Optics 854 Sunday at 9 a.m. Wednesday at 2 p.m. And you can also watch it at Waycross, www.youtube.com/WaycrossCM.
So Deshante Jones takes the first snap of the second quarter, hands it off to Caldwell, and he's going to get all of the penalty yardage and a little bit more with a big gain across midfield. It'll be second down and about 8 for the Colerain Cardinals.
Yeah, Caldwell just 2 carries, been very successful when they've given him the play, just a straight dive up the middle. And now we've got a...
that was not the last
oh,
play.
They had an untimed play because of the penalty.
Because of the penalty. So that was not the first play of the first quarter, or second quarter. It was the last play of the first. So now it is officially the second quarter.
Yeah, so he gets back the penalty and a little bit more. It's going to be 2 yards past the initial line of scrimmage. It'll be on the Princeton 49-yard line, second down, and let's call it a long 8.
Couple quick updates. Mason and Lakota West are tied at 7. Elder and Whitten Woods are tied at 14 at half. St. X leads Warren Central from Indiana 16-7. And Lakota East up on Oak Hills 28-0. Sycamore up on Hamilton 27-0.
Now Warren Central, I mean, perennial power out of Indianapolis, but we haven't heard of them nationally. Kind of had a dip in their program, but always a threat. Some first down stats jumping at the one that goes out. Time of possession. Princeton had the ball for 10 minutes and 35 seconds. Colerain Cardinals had offensively 1 minute and 25 seconds of possession.
They're winning, right?
They're winning. As I said, the only stat that matters is 14-0 Colerain Cardinals. Elijah Ball leading Princeton with 37 yards, and Caldwell with 31 yards on 2 carries for Colerain.
It's about all of the Colerain offenses, those 31 yards. So DeShante Jones under center, sends Asbury in motion. Handoff, fakes it, keeps it. DeShante Jones trying to find some space. Knifes through, tries to stay on his feet. And a shoelace tackle by Vernon Taylor saves 6 points from DeShante Jones.
This is how you run the option. You put it in the belly of the fullback. He is tackled, so you pull it back. The pitch is taken away, so you just plant your foot and go up there. And if it wasn't for number 6, the Princeton Vikings, Vernon Taylor, DeShante Jones is to the house. But first down at the 36-yard line.
Cardinals back to the line. Sarley in motion. Handoff to Caldwell. He stays on his feet, bounces outside, through a defender, and he'll get just across the 30-yard line. It'll set up a short second down for the Cardinals.
They're running that man in motion this time with Sarley, with trying to draw the linebacker, take away that pitch, and nice seal block on the outside. Jordan Asbury with the big block to the outside that seals the defensive end that allows Caldwell to get outside.
Cardinals quickly back to the line, 2nd and 4. Asbury in motion this time. Handoff, Caldwell straight up the middle, and it looks like the ball is loose. And the Vikings are on top. So, despite these offensive woes, the Cardinals lead by 14, but 2 possessions have come up empty for the Colerain Cardinals.
Yeah, they blow up the middle, and really never, it was all in the exchange. The handoff might have been a little high into the chest. Instead of the bread basket, yeah, he never got the ball where they needed to be. Timing just off a little bit.
When that happens, it's usually a confusion in the play. They have certain holes and assignments and steps each one is going to. Looks like there was a little mix-up there. One was running to a different hole than the other, causing the mix-up. But either way, Princeton will take over. Solomon Reed under center in the eye. Handoff. The Vikings going to run a little option, but this time the Cardinals are all over it. Met immediately is the fullback, number 20, Earl Dickey, lining up. We see a little triple option from the Vikings. He is swallowed.
Yeah, Colerain might have got away with a little bit of a face mask there at the line of scrimmage, but that's what you call team tackling right there by the Colerain Cardinals.
So, again, under center, straight handoff, ISO up the middle, ball trying to fight through. He'll get some positive yardage. He'll set up a manageable 3rd and 5. Maybe 3rd and 4 with that spot.
Yeah, really impressed with his yards under contact. Just a straight power eye. Runs behind the fullback and probably picks up 4 yards, dragging some Colerain defenders. Makes this 3rd down play a little bit more manageable, about short 5.
The Vikings back into the shotgun. Again, trips. Really only one formation from the Vikings. Snap is back. Hand off the ball, and he's met immediately by Kyle Bolden in the hole. And a big stuff by the Cardinal defense.
Yeah, they've gone to the play that they've had success with so far. No success right here. Just a straight trying to find an inside trap right there. Bolden, Colbert, along with another host of Colerain. They're going to bring on the punting crew.
And that's a tackle early in the year. Kyle Bolden was filling the hole, just missing the tackle. This time he makes the contact and brings the defender down.
James Watts back to kick for the Vikings. Christian back for the Colerain Cardinals.
It's a slow snap. Cardinals nearly get another one.
That's a really
good punt. Christian will field it at his own 20. Hop stop.
But did he outkick his coverage?
To see if he can get it. He hit it. He's got open space across midfield to the 40, 35, 30. Can he beat the angle? 15-5. Touchdown, Colerain Cardinals.
Christian with his 2nd touchdown. He had one an interception last time. This one takes it almost 80 yards. Didn't see where he exactly caught the ball, but a huge kick, outkicked the coverage, and all he needs is seem hesitated a little bit. Nice blocking up front. Jeff Christians, we get that, yeah, he caught that just at the 20-yard line and just turns on the Jets. one of the most heavily recruited Colerain Cardinals from the senior class, shows why with his talent, taking it to the house, 80 yards, another Colerain touchdown.
Colerain has about 50 yards of offense, but they have 3
They've
touchdowns.
only had the ball a minute and a half on offense, but up 21-0.
And again, Turner, Hen, Dineski, snap, hold, kick. It is back before we get a penalty. Dineski's going to get some practices.
Yeah, something was off with the timing of the snap there. Not
Little false
not
start
everybody
on
was
Cardinals.
set.
The interesting thing is he kicked that ball. So if I know kickers are superstitious, he's probably got his favorite kicking ball. They're going to have to wait for this ball to get back. It's going to have to go. There it goes over the student section. They got it back.
Moves it back just 5 more yards, and he is kicking into a very stiff wind.
Dineski put that last one into the concession stand. I think he's got the leg. It's about the accuracy. And it's through. So at the 9:02 mark of the second quarter, it's your Colerain Cardinals 21, the Princeton Vikings 0.
And the offense has had the ball a minute and a half.
They've had it slightly more than that at this point, but yes, really without an offensive score, the Cardinals have put 21 points on the board. This is not quite 2005 when the Cardinals scored 5 first-half touchdowns without the offense on the field.
Is that against the Canadian team?
And that was against Milford.
Oh, it was
the
Milford.
last,
That's right.
The last GMC game for Milford was not a pleasant, or last Colerain game for Milford was not pleasant.
And again, great shot there by our volunteers. The best dressed water persons in the GMC go to our crew right there. To deliver the water without breaking a nail.
All right. So Dineski was 3 for 3 kicking with the wind for touchbacks. We'll see how he does now kicking the other way against the wind.
Yeah, he's really going to have to get a hold of this one to get this one out.
It's not directly at his back. It's sort of a crosswind at an angle at the field, but still he will be kicking against it.
So back for the Vikings, Marcus
Blake. Dineski. And he's going to pooch kick it, hang it up, just try to keep it in there. And that was a safe, smart play by their designed pop kick just to get a manageable defensive play, not let the ball get hung up in the air and get some space for the Vikings. It'll be Viking football at their own 37 to start their first possession.
Yeah, take it away from their deep back, who's probably their most dangerous person. He just pops it up, finds a little area just inside the 30. Nice play there by Jet and Murph. He takes it, and he picks up about 7 yards on the return. It'll be 1st down and 10. Princeton Vikings at their own 37-yard lines. 9 minutes left to play in this second quarter.
So Reed is still in the ball game for the Vikings, so might not see McIntosh the rest of the game. Another
Lots of
bad
movement by
snap,
the offensive line.
and they're going to say,
Yeah, this play was over before it started.
I was going to say, the bad snap, everyone reacted. Everyone kept playing. To get a look, the guard went early.
So that'll take about 5 yards. 1st down and 15.
Illegal procedure against Princeton. 5-yard penalty. Repeat 1st down.
Again, Vikings, same formation, trips one side. Reed takes a snap, hands it off the ball. He's going to try to find some space, and
He's got a seam.
He's got a seam, still on his feet. He's across midfield. It's a race. Can Maine Williams catch Elijah Ball? Cuts back, still on his feet. He's going to be brought down by Hyde at the 1, maybe 2-yard line. But a big run by Elijah Ball for the Princeton Vikings.
You know, they've expected that he is their big play back, and he gets there. He's got a big hole up the middle and then does the rest on his own. The big man shows a lot of speed. Maine Williams, safe from Colerain, takes a good angle, takes through it. Nice hustle. Kevin Hyde getting down there.
I almost called him Carlos Hyde.
And we've got another Princeton Viking down on that play. And that is Ball. He is taken down on that goal line touchdown saving tackle. Comes down a little bit awkward, so hopefully he's okay. So again, on a blustery fall night here. Waycross Community Media, along with wearecolerain.com, is bringing this to you. And if you'd like what you're seeing, you like what you're hearing, remember, you can be a volunteer. Get behind the camera, get behind the mic, work in the truck. They'll teach you what they need to. Remember, just call 513-825-2429 or visit www.waycross.tv/volunteer.
As Ball is up on his feet and walking to the sidelines, a good sign for the Vikings. Don't know if he'll return, but nonetheless, he's able to get up under his own power and walk to the sidelines.
We watching a replay here. It looks, he got tackled he ran 70 yards there, but it looked like he landed on the football in the breadbasket when he hit the ground, and that'll just, that's a punch to the gut. That really just takes the wind out of you, so he should be fine.
It'll be 1st and goal for the Vikings from the Cardinal 1-yard line.
So their power back is out, and they're going to bring in their small little scat back who they've been running outside. But interesting, when you're 1st and goal at the 1, you want to go straight ahead. So you got a backup running back, backup quarterback.
Staley has a matchup one-on-one with Christensen. Maybe see a fade here early.
Raekwon Robinson dots the I. Earl Dickey at fullback. And they just go quarterback sneak.
Solomon Reed step back, lets his offense fall forward. He is going to be marked short.
Knee must have went down. He's ended the play there, laying in the end zone, but a knee must have stopped him before he got there. We watch the replay. He drives up the middle. Can't really see anything in that pile. Referees all over it. Said he is just short of the goal line.
So it'll be 2nd and goal from about the half-yard line. Reed again. Quarterback sneak. Doesn't look like he got it again.
Big push. Colerain looks like they had brought in a couple offensive linemen, gone with a little bit more bulk. Princeton Vikings not really making much of a push up there, kind of a stalemate. And a stalemate, when you got a stalemate, that goes to the defense.
So it's 3rd and goal again from that. This is about the 1/4-yard line.
Princeton's going to use a timeout here.
It'll be their 2nd timeout of the half.
Yeah, Colerain brought big Matt Turner in there, played a little defensive nose guard here, gone with the bigger one, taking E.J. Harrell out, just got a little bit of push, and that offensive line from Princeton really wasn't getting much done up front. Your quarterback, sophomore, a little bit lighter in frame than your starter, doesn't know if he really got the same leg strength as your starter, so really can't get a push, but credit this Colerain defensive lines and linebackers really attacking the line of scrimmage and giving him nowhere to go.
And after back-to-back quarterback sneaks, you
do it again.
You pretty much committed to that you play. And at this point, I don't know if you can go the fade now. So Ball has walked back into the game, so it might see a handoff, try to get him the ball in space and make a play.
Princeton's got a late substitution coming off the sideline. They're going to watch the delay of game.
The ball has not been ready for play, so there's no delay game. They have an overload at one side here. Reed steps back, toss back to Ball. He's knifes his way through. Touchdown, Elijah Ball, 6 points for the Princeton Vikings.
Yeah, give it to the horse. That brought you there. Elijah Ball had the big run to bring it down. A little bit winded. They take him out of the ball game, but they bring him in here on this goal line play, needing 1 yard. They give him the pitch to the outside. Not nice blocks out there by the tight end. Wide receivers doing their job. Elijah Ball puts a first offensive score for the Princeton Vikings.
'86, Brendan Bingham sets to kick it. Raymond Kozlowski with the hold. Kick is up, and it's good. At the 7:36 mark of the 2nd quarter, it's the Colerain Cardinals now with a 14-point lead. They lead the Princeton Vikings 21-7.
You're up 21-7, but your defense has been out there a long time. See how this plays once you get later into the game. Colerain, known for what they call weight room wins. They claim to be a little bit more physically fit than the teams they play, but this defense out on that field, I mean, a tremendous amount of time stopping these Princeton Vikings. You've got the lead, but how fresh are the Colerain offensive team doing, or did sitting there that long, do they cool down enough? Are they warmed up enough to go?
Quick update at half now. The Mason Comets lead Lakota West 14-7. So for the first time, we'll get to see the return team for the Cardinals and the kickoff team for the Princeton Vikings. It'll be Jordan Asbury and Jeff Christian, along with Deshaun Sarley, deep for the Cardinals. Asbury standing about his own 10, so I don't know if they really expect this ball to go in the end zone.
Yeah, Brandon Bingham, not the biggest of kickers, so yeah, maybe they've scouted him, but he is kicking with the wind in his back.
Brandon Bingham is the kick for the Cardinals, for the Vikings.
Kick is up and away. It's going to be returnable by Jordan Asbury, but he's smartly there. He didn't get the wind, pushed it to the right. He knew he wasn't going to get it with his momentum going forward. He lets it bounce, rolls it into the end zone. It'll be a touchback, and the Colerain Cardinals will start on their own 20-yard line.
Yeah, normally the Colerain has had Asbury and Reap back there. Reap not playing, so they went with one return man, and he kicked it away from him. He set up in the middle of the field, and he kicks it to the hash. Couldn't get it on a fly.
I don't know how much of that is kicking away and how much is that wind just going straight.
It's a little bit of everything. You know, your directional kicking, you don't want to kick it directly at him. If they've got a second guy back there, they're kind of split up, but Colerain widens their splits out.
Deshante Jones under center. Gives the monologue Caldwell. He's going to drag one defender. He's going to get it out for a 5-yard gain with about 4 Princeton Vikings on his back.
Monologue Caldwell, the 200-pound, 5'10" sophomore playing at fullback, has gotten better and better, a little more confident. Comes back after the fumble that he had. Coach shows confidence in him and gives him the ball. In the next possession, he picks up 6.
After a couple games, Bolden reminded him, you're not a sophomore.
You're not allowed to be a sophomore
You're
anymore.
not allowed to be a sophomore. You're a starter here at Colerain. Deshante Jones messed up in the mesh, and he's going to be brought down in the backfield. Good play by the Vikings. That play was sniffed out from the beginning.
Yeah, Princeton's Elijah Harris comes flying up the middle and just blows up the mesh, gets past Kendall Strader, and kind of just Deshante Jones trying to make something out of nothing because that play was doomed from the beginning. Gets back almost to the original line of scrimmage, just called 3rd down and 9.
Cardinals look to the sidelines for the play. They're going to stay in their normal formation.
Counter.
Sarley in motion, step back, counter to Asbury. He's got some space down the sidelines. It's a foot race across midfield. Does the defender have the angle? He doesn't. 15, 10, 5, touchdown, Jordan Asbury.
79 yards. Jordan Asbury on the counter. Shows that GMC state qualifying track speed. All he needs to see him, and he's to the house.
And the over pursuit of the Vikings, they have been on that mesh the past couple of plays. Cardinals hit him with the counter and hit big for Jordan Asbury.
And didn't somebody with a headset on call that counter right before it happened?
Didn't somebody with a headset rush? Coach Bolden on the sidelines, if you get another look at that replay, was step for step for Jordan Asbury with about a 10-yard head start. And then after about 5, Jordan Asbury pulled away.
Again, Colerain, no time on that possession.
The Cardinals were assessed a unsportsmanlike conduct penalty. So
a little bit of celebrating there in the end zone.
A little too much celebrating.
Another $50 by Barney.
I think that's what that was. I didn't really see a flag, and they didn't really announce it over the microphone.
We'll see if it's assessed on the kickoff.
It is. It's by rule. It's always on the kickoff. Well, I mean, I think the coach can choose to not have it on the kickoff, but they usually don't. Dinevsky, hand hold, and someone was offsides. Well, they blew the whistle. Everyone sort of stopped except the kicker.
The referees are looking at each other saying who blew the whistle. And they're pointing to the stands. Maybe one of the people in the stands had a whistle.
Maybe the band director blew his whistle a little early.
Yeah, there's somebody in the crowd that had the whistle. So whether it's a home player or if let's just get them out of the stadium, that is not needed. So I think they're going to call with that whistle, calling that play dead and make them re-kick it.
That play did not count. And the thing is, he's going straight to the athletic director along the field, but I don't know if he's pointing to the referee. I don't know if he's pointing to the student section of the band.
And I tell you what, that's one guy that
Dan Bolden, the athletic director, is one man. He's a former principal here as well. Not one man to upset. You think Tom gets upset with his players? Dan can get kind of angry with the students.
Well, they should. I mean, that's something that disrupts the game and should not be part of this. So anybody that's getting chewed out for that deserves every bit of it.
So, again, Turner snap, hand hold. Janeski with the kick. Snap is back, hold is down, kick is up, and it's good. So after 2 tries at it, at the 6:17 mark of the second quarter, it's your Colerain Cardinals 28, the Princeton Vikings 7.
Yeah, Colerain with their first offensive touchdown. Jordan Asbury, Christian has a defensive touchdown and a special teams touchdown, and along with E.J. Harrell from Colerain having also a bunk pot. So here comes that counter. We're looking again.
You can
at
look,
Waycross.
if you look at right there, right here, Tom Bowden's trying to catch Jordan Asbury.
But you know what? He qualified for the state in the 100-yard dash. Even Coach Bolden, even Top Gun is not going to catch him.
He was known for his arm, not his legs. And we got an indication because Coach Bolden was actually talking with the referees there after the kick, trying to figure out what the celebration penalty was. And it was so the Cardinals will be kicking off from their own 25. They said it was that you can't organize, you can't choreograph something. It looked
so they
like,
had too many guys in the celebration.
Yeah, and it almost looked like, I thought that they sort of accidentally tripped over each other, but it might have been a weird dance these kids are doing these days. So Danevsky will kick off from his own 25-yard line. I don't think this one is going to be a touchback.
Yeah, having trouble keeping it on the tee again. You know, they get a couple tries to get him up there, and if the referee determines it's taking too long, they're going to bring somebody to put their finger on that. Asbury.
Right before that touchdown, the Princeton Vikings had a 14-minute time of possession lead to 2 minutes for the Colerain Cardinals right before that touchdown.
And that touchdown only took about 14 seconds. So Danevsky tees it up from the 25.
Kick is going to be squibbed and fielded at the 45 by the Vikings. It'll be across midfield, but then he's a hit immediately. Jet Murph fielded it, but he took a shot there from Nate Williams and got his yards the hard way.
But it gives them great field position. Princeton Vikings could be starting this in Colerain territory. The squib kick along with the penalty. It's going to give them the ball first down at the Colerain 46-yard line. But Princeton has had the ball and has had success moving it offensively. You do not want to give them a short field.
But again, we talked about the Cardinals scored too quick. Their defense continues to be out on the field. So Reed takes it, hands it off the ball. We got a flag on the field.
Pretty quickly, it was I don't know if there was a little bit of movement up front. Might have, the flag was thrown awful quick if there was a holding. Or something done immediately.
And that is the call. Indication is holding against the Princeton Vikings. It'll make a 1st and 20.
Yeah, when Colerain is out in the middle of the field, they're very small up front, but they're very quick. So you get a lot of slanting and anticipation into holes. The smaller guy can sometimes get a step on the big offensive lineman, and somebody got hooked on there. It's going to bring it all the way back. 10-yard penalty back to the 44-yard line of the Princeton Vikings. First down and 20.
So Solomon Reed still in the quarterback, so McIntosh remains on the sidelines and might be there the rest of the night. Reed takes the shotgun snap. No, it's another bad snap, and he still doesn't have it.
Still loose.
Ball is loose. He finally rolls up on it, and again a bad snap. And that one you got to contribute to Demetrius Colbert at nose guard, applying the pressure, and another bad snap. This one never. That's just he. I don't.
It was almost the same spot as a bad snap, low to the right, about knee high. He didn't get his foot out.
Too. The last bad snap.
Yep. So another loss. That's going to bring it back another 10 yards.
20. It's a 32nd and 33 for the Vikings.
Colerain rolling a safety over. And there's another penalty, a false start.
2nd and 38 for the Princeton Vikings.
Indicated rule infraction, illegal procedure against Princeton, a 5-yard penalty.
A 5-yard procedure
not
penalty,
the-
bring it back to the 25.
Not what you want to do with the field possession start you did ahead for the Vikings.
Yeah, you started at the Colerain 46, and you're back all the way to your own 25.
That's just not how you draw it up. And for the first time, the Princeton Vikings are not in a trips formation in the shotgun.
2 tight ends, single wide receiver, still shotgun.
Snap back, Reed fakes it. He's going to throw it up in the air, and Staley will come down with it. Not a good defensive play by Jeff Christian. DeMarcus Staley with a great play in the air.
DeMarcus Staley, he is very tall. You list him here at 6'2", 6'3", and it's just a throw and a prayer up there. But he's the only one that knows where the ball at in double coverage. Turns into a rebound, almost a basketball play. Comes down with it. Big play. 3rd down and 12 makes it a little bit more manageable.
A 26-yard play for the Vikings. Reed trips right, fakes the ball. He's got pressure applied, and the Colerain Cardinals a big tackle and a sack by the freshman Dan Bolden.
We saw his dad in the end zone taking care of the student section. This time the freshman Bolden takes care of the quarterback. Flies right up the middle. Form tackle, head down, through the ball, takes down the quarterback. A big play by a big freshman.
God, he's a freshman. That's a big.
Yes, 6 foot, 190-pound freshman.
He is bigger than his cousin, who's a sophomore at the other starting middle linebacker, Kyle Bolden.
He's almost as big as his older brother, Joe, who's now at Michigan.
Yes.
And we've got him for 3 more years.
High snap nearly there by Deshaun Sarley. Nearly got the block. He smartly backed off, not wanting to get into the roughing call. But it's another short kick. This one goes out of bounds. Officially at the 40-yard line, so just about a 7-yard punt for the Princeton.
A headsy play by Deshaun Sarley, the senior. Did not have the angle. When you're trying to block a punt, you want to get in front of the kicker. You're going to an area, and he was a little bit wide. If he lays out there, he makes contact. But that pressure does force a bad kick, so Colerain takes over, 1st down at the 40.
Also demonstrates one of the great things about that new formation. Everyone runs with the 3 people in front. It forces you outside away from that angle, as it looks like maybe Jalen Spears might have got a hand on it on the other side. Either way, Cardinals are with the ball, but they've done nothing offensively really so far except for that big play.
Well, they've hit a couple big plays called back too, so they've moved the ball.
Deshaunte Jones fakes to Caldwell.
Oh,
he's got a
blockers.
convoy in front. He's just going to find. Be patient. Wait. Sits. And
He's
he's
still
still on
loose.
his feet, trying to find it in some space. And really there, he didn't get tackled from behind. He got tackled from in front. He got tackled from behind, waiting for his blockers to just push the pile forward.
Yeah, this time he pulls out and uses his fullback, the first option, as a lead blocker falling behind. Nice blocking outside by Henn and Asbury. Shante Jones shows his athleticism, slips a couple tackles, gets some extra yards into Princeton territory. Ball at the 39-yard line, 1st down. 3:45 left to this halftime. Colerain leading 28-7.
It'll be interesting to see maybe the Cardinals do here if they try to run fast, try to get 2 possessions here late in the quarter.
You just run your offense. You score, you score.
Jones steps back, pass, play action. He's got Asbury in the seam. He catches it. He's going to be brought down, but not before he gets to the 19-yard line. Ball came loose. We're going to say he's down, but a big pass play. 20 yards to Jordan Asbury.
They faked the fullback, and they find the seam there. Asbury balls to the wrong shoulder. Asbury has to stop to catch it, but he doesn't make the catch. Ball spotted at the 20-yard line. 1st down, Colerain. You know, just simple pass plays like that keeps the safeties and linebackers honest so they can't cheat up on the option. Although Princeton is really loading the box still.
We saw on that counter they were really cheating up. And Deshaunte Jones, he just messed that one there.
Well, he tried to pull it out of the mesh, and it looked like it caught the running back's hip as he tried to pull it out. He was going to follow Caldwell through. He pulls it right back out, and yeah, the hip of the fullback knocks that out of Deshaunte Jones' hands.
And that's just Deshaunte trying to get out of the mesh before he should. because he sees a hole.
Well, you've got a first-year, not just a first-year starter quarterback. This is the first year he's ever played quarterback. I talked with him a couple weeks ago. He didn't even play quarterback in Pee Wee ball, so still learning the position. He's gotten better and better every week. He's dangerous with the ball, but it's the little things in the game that he's going to get better at as he goes.
And again, counter. This time, Princeton defends it better, but not well enough before Asbury's going to pick up about 7 yards, get it across the 15. It'll be a 3rd and 5 for the Colerain Cardinals.
Yeah, a little different look from the counter, but it takes it more up the middle than he did off tackle like he did last time. But what I liked about Asbury there, when he saw the hole, just put his head down and used his power to run through the man.
Cardinals look to the sidelines as we're under 2 minutes to play in the half.
So it's 3rd down and 5. Got Danevsky on the bench warming up his leg, but this might be 2-down territory for this offense.
Handoff Caldwell. He's going to fall forward, but it's going to be about 2 yards short. He'll be at the 12-yard line.
Coach Bolden on the sidelines, a little upset. I'm guessing somebody missed something. Whether it was an offensive lineman, whether it was his quarterback's read.
The offensive lineman missed something. But as it is, they'll be officially marked down to 13. So it'll be a 4th and 3 for the Cardinals from their Princeton 13. They're going for it. No field goal attempt here for the Cardinals. Step back. Deshante Jones.
He's going to be short.
Monowell Caldwell on the give. Should have kept it there and took it outside. As it is, turnover on downs. Princeton Vikings take over at their own 12-yard line.
We watched the replay. He gives it there, and there's a little bit of a seam, but the fullback is just smothered. James Spells there, the 6'2", 245-pound defensive lineman. And you're right, when they attack the fullback like that, you just got to read it and keep that yourself.
The minute to 7 here, and your backup quarterback. It'll be a interesting play call here for the Vikings as they're under center, so they might just run out the clock here for the half.
Well, you ball's your threat. We've seen he can score from any part of the field, so the ball is fumbled and still loose on the. Looked like he fumbled that just coming out of the center. Never got it to the running back. Colerain going to use a timeout? No,
they only have 1 left. So they really, the Vikings can run this clock out if they really choose to. And I think by that play, they probably will.
Yeah, in the shadow of their own end zone, ball on the 7-yard line. All they got to do is take, but you know what? They're going to sit in the shotgun. And they've had a few bad snaps in the shotgun so far today. Surprisingly, just not taking a snap and taking a knee.
They'll hand it off the ball. He's met immediately at the line of scrimmage. A big hit by Kyle Bowden, and now the Cardinals will use their final timeout of the half here with 19 seconds.
Yeah, just an inside trap, and 8-on-8 right there. Ball is tackled by Kyle Bolden, the sophomore linebacker. Big hit right there, limits him really just only about a half a yard gain. So 3rd down and 8, ball spotted, 3rd down and 14, ball spotted on the 8. 19.3 seconds left till half. Colerain leading 28-7.
Quick update. Clinton Woods just scored, tied it up at 21 with the Oda Panthers at the pit. Coach, as the coaches are coaching up the defense here in the huddle, Coach Bolden is having a very intimate conversation with the side judge. He's motioning like either the quarterback or center is doing something deliberate that he thinks should be called a penalty.
Well, a lot of times those centers can be sneaky, whether it's moving the ball around, a movement of the head to try to draw them off, or is the quarterback moving
Coach Bolden
forward.
is really irate, and I have no idea why.
Well, he's probably irate at his lineman. He's probably irate at his own quarterback, but it's just the referee happens to be in front of him and is getting his wrath.
More than likely. So it'll be 3rd and 14 for the Vikings.
And again, out of the shotgun, surprises me again.
19 seconds remaining in the half. Solomon Reed back. He'll take the snap, fake the handoff, the ball. He'll be met at the 1-yard line. It's not going to be a safety. Forward progress will bring him at the 1, but that will do it. Cardinals do not have a timeout remaining. So,
yeah, the scoreboard shows that they have 1, but by our count, they don't have any, and they're not using them right now. So, Yeah.
And that will do it. So after
That's the end of the first half.
one half of play here at Colerain High School, 3 touchdowns of the non-offensive record of the offensive variety, a special teams, 2 special teams, and a defensive touchdown, plus a Jordan Asbury counter touchdown to lead it 28-7. Colerain Cardinals over the Princeton Vikings at half.
I began producing and volunteering for Waycross when I was in the 7th grade. Since then, I have produced many programs that have won awards on the local, regional, and even national level.
Waycross Media was the ideal place for me. I just got involved in, as I say, as a hobby and continued on from there.
Anyone with a message that they want to share should come to Waycross, take the classes, and produce their own television show.
The Ohio High School Athletic Association is about sports, that's obvious. But it's more than just a competition. What we're really about is learning. Young men and young women stretching themselves in pursuit of the ideals that will guide them for a lifetime. It is an important mission, and we share it with schools, families, and communities. As Commissioner of the Ohio High School Athletic Association, I look forward to working with you to help our young people build their futures.
And now for your 2014 homecoming court. Representing the senior class, Maddie Stegmuller and Evan Tabor. Representing the junior class, Kirsten Campbell and Anthony Freeze. Representing the sophomore class, Mahaley Davis and Joel Dennis. Representing the freshman class, Brooklyn Duncan and Jordan West. Representing the Art Club, Annie Clark and Noah Kennedy. Representing the Black Culture Club, Michaela Chess and Kendall Strader. Representing the book club, Lauren Lloyd, escorted by Brandon Patton. Representing the Business Professionals of America, Rebecca Rogers and Vincent King. Representing Butler Tech, Chelsea Davis and Joseph O'Toole. Representing the Cardinal Credit Union, Macy Diggs and Ethan Barnett. Representing cheerleading, Catherine Mortimer, escorted by Matthew Ratcliffe. Representing CIA, Lexi Hodge and Brandon Gilbert. Representing the Drama Club, Stephanie Lutz and Micah Price. Representing Driving Angels, Laura Yanakiewski and Ryan Donovan. Representing the French Club, Robin Williams and Lane Frederick. Representing FMP, Alexis Bass and Freddie Kendall. Representing the Gay Straight Alliance, Sarah Batavia and Demetrius Rudd. Representing the German Club, Natalie Funk and Austin Dietz. Representing the Key Club, Sam McDaniel and Joe Brinker. Representing the marching band, Catherine Scher and Matt Sanders. Representing mock trial, Deanna Stoyanovska and Blake Scott. Representing the National Honor Society, Kiki Miners and Jared Ziegler. Representing the orchestra, Ashley Ware and Aaron Bamberger. Representing the SAD Club, Cassidy Smith and Genesis Hilliard. Representing the Science Club, Naomi Hampton and Tyler Pister. Representing Show Cards, Jennifer Johnson and Ryan Mulvaney. Representing Skills USA, Alexis Easton and Daniel Snyder. Representing the Spanish Club, Megan Garrison, escorted by Ricky Brown. Representing Student Senate, Caitlin Bittner and Caleb Kemp. Representing the Wrestlettes, Tia Jordan, escorted by Josh Daniels. And representing the yearbook, Emily Wells and Austin Winters. Let's have a big round of applause for our 2014 candidates and representatives. Before we announce this year's King and Queen, we wish to welcome back a very special guest with us tonight. Football homecoming became a tradition at Colerain High School in the fall of 1951. Before introducing this year's King and Queen candidates, we'd like to welcome back the 1952 homecoming queen, Mary Stacy Schwerin, class of 1953. And now, the moment you've all been waiting for. for homecoming king is Freddie Kendall, representing FMP. And now our homecoming chairs will present roses to this year's runner-up for homecoming queen. Our runner-up for homecoming queen is Maddie Stedmoller, representing the senior class. Let's have a big round of applause for Freddie Kendall and Maddie Stedmoller. Tonight's homecoming king will be given a sash and crowned by our 2013 homecoming king, Brett Kleining. Our homecoming queen will be given roses, a sash, and will be crowned by our 2013 homecoming queen, Mia Eichhardt. And now, we'd like to congratulate our 2014 homecoming king. This year's king is Ryan Mulvaney, representing the Short The 2014 homecoming queen is Alexis Bass, representing the FMP. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome King Ryan Mulvaney and Queen Alexis Bass. This now concludes the halftime ceremony. The semi-formal dance, Midnight in Manhattan, will be held tomorrow night from 7:30 to 11:30. Colerain High School Gym to conclude this year's.
And welcome back to Colerain High School for the second half of action here as the Colerain Cardinals lead the Princeton Vikings on homecoming night 28-7. I am Brandon Wyatt alongside Brian Wyatt from wearecolerain.com. The Cardinals scored early and often, but of the unusual variety, 2 special teams and a defensive touchdown. Run us down for it real quick, Brian.
Well, we're getting ready to kick off here, but we'll get you some quick stats here. One that jumps out, Colerain only 5 first downs, but up 28-7. The big one, though, time of possession. Princeton, 17 minutes, 26 seconds. Colerain, just 6 minutes and 34 seconds of offense. Each team with a total yards, get this, of 173. So Colerain gets the ball for the second half. Asbury back to get it.
And he will let another one bounce right past him into the end zone smartly. Not going to take the chance on the field of that one. Into the end zone, touchback. Cardinals will start the second half with the ball at their own 20-yard line.
Yeah, Colerain led in the first half. Jordan Asbury, 3 carries, 78 yards. Montague Caldwell, 7 carries, 46 yards. Deshante Jones, 5 carries, 30 yards. Jordan Asbury has the only reception for 19 yards. Christian Nevsky, 1 punt, 48 yards.
So, Deshante Jones under center. I formation behind him will lead the Colerain offense here in the first play of the second half. Cardinals didn't have much time to warm up as homecoming court announcements ran a little late. Jones, step back, handoff, Caldwell. He's got some seams, rolls over to the defender, and picks up about 5.
Feed to fullback in the option, your first option. Jabril Willingham takes him down, but not after Montague Caldwell picks up another 5.
Pick up a 5-second down.
Congratulations, Brandon, saying this is homecoming night. Colerain's king, Ryan Mulvaney, and queen, Alexis Bass.
Also honored with the 1952, the very first homecoming queen was also here.
Mary Stacey Sharing.
Handoff, Caldwell got some space, cut back, he's still on his feet. He'll be hit and brought down, but not before he gets to the Cardinal 45-yard line, a 20-yard gain for Monolo Caldwell.
Just a straight handoff. He reads the end playing the quarterback, and Caldwell, not a burner, but very strong in his 200-pound sophomore frame. Runs through an arm tackle there, carries a few blockers all the way out to the Colerain 45. First down. Good push up front. Colerain offensive line doing Desmond Noel. That's Niehaus, Strader, Lockwood, Beebe.
Handoff up the middle again.
Devin Williams.
Caldwell gonna ride off the edge there on the outside. Vieira will pick up 4, and it looks like Cardinals are gonna try to send a message here early in the second half. 3 straight carries for Monolo Caldwell.
Yeah, Colerain doing a good job. Positive yardage on every play so far this half. They started off, scoring defensively. Haven't had the offense much time to really run into too many plays, more or less make an adjustment. Only about their 4th possession.
Handoff, Caldwell again. He's going to run in the back of his own lineman, continue to push forward. He's going to be about a 3-yard gain. Will be about 2 yards, maybe 3 short of the first down. It'll set up a 3rd and short for the Colerain Cardinals.
Yeah, following Howard Watkins there, right up the middle. The big sophomore getting a big push. Colerain has shuffled this offensive line all year because of injuries, but now have all their starters back, and I think they found something that works with this combination of this 6.
Cardinals look to the sidelines. They're in midfield. This might already be 2-down territory, regardless of the outcome of this play. Jones takes it. He's going to hand it off immediately, and Monolo Caldwell is going to fall forward, but he's only going to get 1 yard, and it'll set up a 4th and 2 for the Colerain Cardinals, and it's decision time for Tom Bolden.
Elijah Harris in our program listed as a running back, playing a little nose guard, being very disruptive. Kendall Strader, the senior captain there at center, has had his hands full there right up the middle.
And the Vikings last week lost their stud defensive lineman to a pretty severe injury, so maybe a little bit of shuffling on the Vikings' part to get some speed up front to match this Cardinal offense.
Coach Bolden calls his first timeout on a 4th down and 2. Want to make sure he's got proper communication with his quarterback and gets the right play call. Colerain does a little bit kind of untraditional, but we see a lot of teams do it. They line up at the line of scrimmage in formation and then look back for the play, and don't even keep looking back, because even though they've got the play called, the coaches in the booth might see something they like and make an adjustment to the play, the original play they called. So that time running a little bit long, you want to be sure you got everybody on the same page. So Coach Bolden wisely calls a timeout there.
And he was not happy with the sophomore offensive lineman, Howard Watkins, there. I don't know if Watkins missed his assignment or he did something wrong to encourage the wrath of Coach Bolden. But either way, the Cardinals will have a 4th and 2 here coming out of the timeout in their opening possession in the second half.
Yeah, Watkins, another one of those sophomores playing that, Coach said earlier, you can't be sophomores. But at 6'3", 245, this guy's got a very bright future. Just got to get his head screwed on straight. So
Especially
4th down and 2.
Playing strong guard as a sophomore, that doesn't happen often here at Colerain. In fact, I think the last one was Jay Clay. So
Colerain going, nope. Looked like they were going to shotgun. Yeah, they're going out of shotgun for the first time.
Steps back into the shotgun. And they spread him out. Deshaunte Jones knives through, and he's going to be short. And for the second time today, the Princeton Vikings have turned the Cardinals over on downs. That'll be first down Vikings from their own 46-yard line.
They tried to spread him out with extra wide receivers. Nice play by the Princeton middle linebacker there. Dejounte Jones had a seam, but came up about a yard short, giving Princeton Vikings good field position to start. But last time they started with good field position, they moved backwards. Starting quarterback out. They're down to their backup,
Solomon Reed.
So Solomon Reed also having problems taking the snaps.
Yeah. So the Vikings set up. Snap back. He's going to look. Reed looks backside. A little hook. And it's going to be a complete pass to number 9, Alan Clay.
Taken down by Colerain's Kevin Hyde.
Excuse me, that's Elijah Ball.
Yeah, it's kind of hard. You got to keep an eye on him. They try to get him balls out of the backfield as a receiver. He is their big play threat. They just run him a simple hook to the outside. He picks up 5.
And really for the first time, we've seen trips with a tight end. Now Ball's on the opposite side of the trips, lined up all by himself.
Which gives him single coverage with Kevin Hyde, the sophomore. So 2 big receivers here from the Princeton Vikings, but you're trusting a sophomore quarterback to make throws.
So snap, Reed hands it off to Dickey, up straight up the middle. He's got enough for the first down.
Kyle Bolden makes a stop and a simple hand up the middle, but not before the Princeton Vikings move into Colerain territory, pick up the first down at the 43-yard line. So when you got a threat like Ball and you got another threat, DeMarcus on the outside, you got 2 big 6'3" receivers. Spreads the Colerain offense out, which opens up the middle.
Cardinals are right on that handoff, right up the middle. Good defensive call by the Cardinals. They blitz right up the middle as Earl Dickey was receiving the handoff. So get another look at it here.
Yeah, they blitz, but they pick up the linebacker who was blitzing, but they forget about the defensive lineman. Demetrius Colbert makes the play for a half-yard loss.
It'll be 2nd and 11 for the Vikings.
Colbert's another one of those unselfish players who started his season as a linebacker. The coaches needed him at defensive line, and he stepped up and gotten better each week there on the defensive line.
Blitz from the outside. Daryl Gardner forces a pass, and it's knocked away. Might have been dropped by Ball, but right there in the coverage, Kevin Hyde.
They went that quick hook, but this time they did it with the play action, which gave Kevin Hyde enough time just to give a little bit more time to react.
Ryan Davis might even got a hand on the outside linebacker position.
So that's a matchup to watch. Hyde, the sophomore, against the senior, big Ball.
It's a pass quickly away, nearly intercepted by Maine Williams. Solomon Reed's pass was in between his 2 intended receivers. Maine Williams stepped up and nearly had the interception.
Yeah, looking to the other side to their other big receiver, DeMarcus Staley. Pretty much underthrew in good coverage and deep, tried to throw a little back shoulder, but Williams read the play.
So down 3 scores, the Vikings will go for it here on 4th 11, just inside of Cardinal territory. Step back, Solomon Reed looking down the middle of the field. Knocked away by Jeff Christian. I don't know if he intended to drop it.
But it was the right play.
But it's the right play for that ball to fall incomplete because it goes from an interception at the 20 to a turnover and downs. Cardinals take over at their own 44-yard line.
Yeah, this would almost be treated as a punt. The ball is up there and look at Christian. No, he didn't do that on purpose. He just dropped it. Or did he do it on purpose? Not sure. We'll give him credit. The senior's made 2 big plays, 2 touchdowns for him. 1 defensively, 1 on special teams. Knocks it down, so Colerain's going to stop them on 4th down, take over at their own 43-yard line. Colerain's offense sputtering, only a couple big plays. Princeton defense really bottling up the middle. Success with Monolo Caldwell up the middle, but once they have a little bit of success, Princeton is making adjustments, and they've turned them over downs on several of their possessions.
Cardinals, man in motion, Asbury. Handoff Caldwell, and a great play from behind there on the Princeton Vikings. They're just getting past the backside blocking. Again, another play by the listed as a running back, Elijah Harris. And he's having himself a fantastic game.
So no gain on the play, 2nd out of 10, 6:43 left in this 3rd quarter. Colerain up 28-7.
Jones takes it, keeps it, steps back, gets away from 1 defender, tries to get away from a 2nd, and he's just going to run out of space, and he's run out of bounds. And it'll be a 3rd and long, about 10 yards for the Colerain Cardinals.
Yeah, looks like this time he made the wrong read. Caldwell had a little bit of a seam. I'll tell you what, though, Deshaunte Jones, he can make something out of nothing. Great contain on the outside by the Princeton defense because he was bottled up in the middle, bounced to the outside.
Substitution 4 wide. Darren Beavers checks in for Niehaus. Tight end switching for a wide receiver. A little confusion here up front for Princeton as Cardinals wait for the signal from the sidelines.
It's a new formation they haven't seen. There's no safety back, so all of the defensive backs are in man coverage.
Jones has Caldwell wheel out of the backfield. He's got it 30, 25, 20, step back, still on his feet, and he's going to be down at the 12, 11-yard line officially. Big play, you go 4 wide, no safety. Leaking out of the backfield was Caldwell on the wheel.
I don't know if you saw it. He kind of fumbled the snap, didn't get it right away, but you're right. All the wide receivers run clear outs. Caldwell slips out of the backfield, gets isolated on a linebacker. Nice pass by Deshaunte Jones, hits him in stride, so Colerain's knocking on the door.
That's a Colerain Cardinal play picked up from a St. X playbook. St. X famous for taking advantage of that sort of play against the Colerain Cardinals. Jones will stay in the shotgun. 4 wide receivers, 3 to the right. He's going to take the snap. Step back, not there. And that play was not very good from the get-go.
Showing a little different look, almost a pistol. They have the fullback behind the quarterback this time. He takes the direct snap from the shotgun, and really kind of the middle of this Princeton defensive line is just completely manhandling Kendall Strader. Strader's been a little bumped and bruised, and nobody at this stage in the season is 100%, but he is really struggling with the nose guard.
So a 5-yard loss. The official spot was at the 10, so it's going to be, what was a 1st and goal from the 10 is now a 2nd and goal from the 15. Jones sends Starley in motion. They're going to another counter. This time Asbury. He's going to beat his man off the line. Split the defense, and he's in the end zone. Jordan Asbury, 6 points.
Showing great patience with that carry. Known for his speed, but when he takes the ball here, another kind of a different counter. This kind of a little pitchback counter. Shows some patience as we watch the replay from the play previously.
Jordan
But he got the pitch to the outside. Instead of the inside counter, it was an outside counter. He takes the pitch, and there's a man in front of him. Shows a little bit of patience, gives him a stiff arm, and tell you what, coming off the bench, nice block by the sophomore Beavers. You know, sometimes a wide receiver really doesn't have to knock a guy down, but as long as he gets in his way, Beavers got position, and the touchdown was good.
Snap is back, kick is up, and it's good. So at the 5:05 mark of the 3rd quarter, it's your Colerain Cardinals 35, the Princeton Vikings 7.
Again, thank you to all the volunteers here bringing you this broadcast from Waycross Community Media. I'm Brian White, along with Brandon White from WeAreColerain.com. You like what you hear, you like what you see. You want to be part of a future broadcast, whether it's behind the camera, in the booth, or behind the mic. Remember, www.waycross.com/volunteer. Replay information for this game for Time Warner, along with Cincinnati Bell Phi Optics, are on WeAreColerain.com's homepage. And here we see on the bottom of the graphics there again, www.waycross.tv/volunteer or 825-2429. Thank you, everybody standing out in the weather night. And Duck, the cheerleaders are shooting T-shirts at our cameramen.
Oh, that's dangerous. Young people with a T-shirt cannon. And Cerneski gets set. I think both of the shirts from the T-shirt cannon have gone over the stands. Cerneski sets the kick. These two in this direction. He's just kind of squibbed, and he'll pop this one up. Hopefully it doesn't out of bounds. It does go out of bounds and hits a coach on the sidelines in the head.
Tried to pop it up into the 30 again, but we got kind of a diangular win. Is that a word?
Diangular. Yeah.
Diangular wind coming across, and kind of kicked a knuckleball, and the wind takes it out of bounds. Not going to ask him to re-kick it because this ball is going to be spotted. Where did they spot the ball at? Where's the ball? 35-yard line.
At the 35-yard line.
But Princeton is huddling up at the 40.
It went out at the 40. I just think the
referees are still discussing it here on the
chains
side
haven't
here.
moved. The ball went out at the 40. Well, if you're Princeton, why not try and go up? They're not going to set the ball there. It will be marked at the 36 is where it went out.
So they negotiated from the 40 to the 35.
I don't think they negotiated. It's where the ball went out of play. in the shotgun. Solomon Reed takes the snap and looks right. Back left into the ball. He's going to get it in the open field. Stays on his feet. Out across midfield to the 45-yard line of Colerain Cardinals.
Lots of penetration by the Colerain defensive line. They got caught holding there up the middle.
There's a holding on the Vikings. Couple quick updates. It's still 28-0 East over Oak Hills Sycamore. 34-7 over Hamilton. And Mason up on Lakota West 21-7.
Wow. Yeah, that penalty for holding the spot foul. Princeton, again, their worst enemy is their own mistakes. Going to bring it back all the way to the 24-yard line. First down and 20.
Trips to the light, ball single coverage on the left. Reed in the shotgun. Takes the snap, is going to hand it off up the middle, and he's met immediately at the line of scrimmage. A good play by the Colerain defensive line. Demetrius Colbert there with the tackle on Dickey.
Yeah, Demetrius Colbert having a big game. They've gone full wide receiver, and without the tight end, Colerain hasn't made any adjustments up front, but there's less guys blocking, and Colbert is not being double teamed anymore and is really taking advantage of it.
Well, the Cardinals have really picked up their blitzing here in the second half, probably why Colbert's not getting those double teams. Snap is back, another low snap, and Daryl Gardner will hit the quarterback for a sack.
Daryl Gardner, hurt earlier in the year, has come back with a vengeance, and then another low snap throws the timing of the play, but even with a good snap, quarterback does a good job just to get back on the ball. But that's a third down, 25.
That's being generous, 27. Step back, Reed gonna look for ball, and nearly intercepted by Hyde.
He had ball, just single coverage there. Hyde laying off, so the slant was there. He gets it out there, kind of an off snap, throws the timing off, but it's there and just leads him a little much. If he hits him there, there's only one man that can stop him.
It almost looked like Hyde was playing to catch it in front of me, make the tackle. The ball was just so far ahead of him, it hit him in the hands. So Christian, last time he was back here and he got to field it, he took it back for a touchdown. But other than that, big punt. All the other ones have been shanked here for the Vikings.
Shanked or blocked.
And this one is going to be high and away. Returnable for Christian. It's going to take an awkward hop, but he touched it. Twice he touched it.
That's Princeton's ball. The referee is saying he did not touch it. So from up here, it was kind of hard to see. Referee's got a bot. We assumed he touched it because he had his hand out. As we look in the replay,
he might have been over his hand.
If he didn't touch it, he came. Yeah. It's kind of hard to tell. We watch it on the replay. He did not touch it the second time. That has been confirmed. The first time was kind of tough with the angle that we saw there. His hand was up in the air, and the ball was there.
But Princeton Vikings made the fundamental mistake. You jump up and down like you touched
celebrate.
It regardless.
Always celebrate. You may
convince. 2 years in a row, the Colerain Cardinals did that to the Moeller Crusaders. Just jump up and celebrate it, even if it doesn't touch them. Convince the referee otherwise.
Colerain spread out the offensive line a little bit here.
Handoff up the middle. Caldwell really forced to jump over that pile. Falls forward. He'll pick up about 2 on the play. I'm not kidding. 2002, 2003, back-to-back years. They fooled the referee. Just jump up and down against Moeller.
Well, something like that, if he would have celebrated, from my angle, I would have awarded it to Princeton, because you would assume, yeah.
Well, no, I would have got what I saw with, but yeah. So the Cardinals look to the sidelines for the play here, 2nd and 8 from their own 32. DeJounte. Back, hands it off.
They were just a straight I formation right there. He feeds the fullback. I'll tell you what, Caldwell shows a lot of power, runs through the initial tackler, picks up about 6 to make it 3rd down and 9.
What should be about 3rd down and 2. It should have been about a 3rd down and 9. It's about a 3rd and 2.
Tell you, safety makes a good play. Odd number for a safety. You got a 52.
I don't necessarily think he's playing linebacker or safety. I think he's just playing a hybrid in between.
Yeah, they really haven't played. They're
not really playing with the safety.
Yeah, they've got 9
Jones
guys
hands
in
it
the
off
box.
Caldwell, and there's what happens when you have no safety. It's a foot race. He's across the 30 to the 20, 15. Finally brought down from behind, but not before he crosses the 10-yard line. Will be 1st and goal for the Colerain Cardinals.
About a 55-yard carry, and you're absolutely correct. If you bring a safety up and you don't make that play, there's no one in the second level that's going to stop him. Caldwell, powerful runner, but nice effort there behind. Was at 28 by Princeton. Runs him down from behind, saves the touchdown. Brandon Harris.
40-yard pickup on the last play. 1st down, Colerain.
And if you're the Princeton Vikings and you're going to guess holes like that, if you guess wrong, you're going to open up a big run for your fullback. Jones steps back, looks to pass, not there. He's going to turn around and run it, and gets Deshaun Sarley in the back of the end zone. Touchdown, Colerain Cardinals.
Known for his running ability, he showed what quarterback ability he had. The initial play, it looked like it was going to go up to Asbury in the middle, and it's covered. He shuffles outside. Deshaun Sarley works his way to the back of the end zone and throws a laser right to the corner. Only Sarley has a chance, catches that. Another touchdown for Colerain, up 41-7, 1:22 left in this 3rd quarter. Extra point pending.
And everyone here, including myself, thought he was going to tuck and run once he got there. Keeps his shoulders turned upfield, ready to make the
And
pass.
kept his eyes upfield.
And kept his eyes
He
forward.
probably could have ran it in, or at least close, at least got positive yardage, but yeah.
And an interesting thing, so I saw everyone come to the sideline celebrating immediately. I mean, we talk about Coach Bolden yelling at his players. That's a quarterback with a quarterback moment. He came up to Shante Jones and just gave him one of that away.
Yeah, well, why celebrate? You're supposed to do that.
Well, just that the fact that he
Oh,
didn't tuck in and run it. He made the smart quarterback move. The ever-evolving, we said earlier, it's his first time ever playing quarterback. So a false start here will move the ball back about 5 yards. And Nevsky will kick from the 15. Snap is back, kick is up. And it's good. So at the 1:22 mark of the 3rd quarter on homecoming night, it's the Colerain Cardinals 42, Princeton Vikings 7.
Remember, you can watch the replay of this game, www.youtube.com/WaycrossCM. And then you can also watch this back on Time Warner Cable, channel 979, and Cincinnati Bell-Fi Optics 850. Tonight at midnight, Saturday at 6 p.m., Tuesday at 9:30 p.m. And also Time Warner Cable Channel 4, Cincinnati Bell-Fi Optics 854, Sunday at 9 a.m., Wednesday at 2 p.m. And if you didn't catch those times, go to wearecolerain.com. We've got a list on that. We've also got that same list on our Facebook page. So,
had a look at the Caldwell run to set up this pass to the back of the end zone to Shante Jones to Deshaun Sarley. Nevsky really struggled kicking in this direction of the wind.
well, I think anybody would. I mean, it's very gusting, and it's actually blowing a little bit stronger than it did. So probably instead of popping up in the air, let's see a ground ball. That's what we wanted to see.
Right to off the helmet. Jetton Murph will pick it up. He's going to run to the sidelines and is going to be brought down at the 30-yard line.
No return. That was Zach Johnson for Colerain on the coverage. Murph took that and tried to get around the outside. You know, sometimes you don't need to kick it to the end zone. The way your defensive playing and the way the offense is struggling from Princeton, you'd almost rather have that squib kick and just give them the ball to 30.
And with that score, new rule this year in high school here in Ohio, once you get to a certain score ahead, the clock will be continually running. So as soon as that, after 30 points, the lead for one team, the clock will continually run, even after changing possessions, even after time, only stopping on timeouts called by either team. We get an offsides here. So even with this penalty, the clock is going to continue to run.
It will also stop on injuries, though, also.
Yeah, correct.
Injuries.
Timeouts and injuries.
Yeah.
But with that penalty, Princeton's not going to be able to run a play here. And so that will be the end of the third quarter. And after 3 quarters of play here from Colerain High School, it's your Colerain Cardinals 42, the Princeton Vikings 7.
Colerain 42, Princeton 7.
Again, as we switch side of the field, we announced earlier it is homecoming night here at Colerain. And we crowned our king and queen. The queen was Alexis Bass. The king was Ryan Mulvaney. What was kind of interesting, I don't know if you heard earlier there, Brandon, the very first homecoming queen from 1952. I'm not going to do the math because we probably don't want to talk about her age, but Mary Stacy Sharing here in attendance.
Quick couple updates of scores. It is the final. Elder defeats Whitten Woods 28-21 in the pit. And St. Xavier defeats Warren Central of Indiana 23-17. Also final, LaSalle defeats St. Charles 42-0. Try to get you some GMC scores as they come. Could have a Dayton area score, but we do have a GMC score. It's the Middletown Middies with the victory over the Fairfield Indians 17-7. So there's an update for you.
First down 15.
So 1st and 15 for the Princeton Vikings, starting at their own 25-yard line.
Bunch formation, 3 wide receivers. Elijah Ball. No, that's not Ball. That's the other receiver, one-on-one up top. Lots of room, single coverage. Sifty looks his way.
Reed takes it. He's going to hand it off the Ball, who's in the backfield. He's met again at the line of scrimmage. He'll fall forward for a couple yards, but it's there of the tackle is E.J. Harrell.
E.J. Harrell slows him down as we got a Colerain player down, but nice penetration. First time we've seen him make a play. That's Chris Albert, the 190-pound junior. So again, this has been a very physical game. Several players from Princeton and several players from Colerain. And so hopefully this young man's okay. Don't have a number right now. It might be Colbert. But then again, while we got time, thanks again. A beautiful night here. The weather's not that bad, but the guys standing on the roof and out on the field with the cameras. Thank you, all of the volunteers.
It's number
That's Williams.
52, Devin Williams, up slowly. Looks like he's holding his shoulders. We get a look at
we look at some of our volunteers. Thank you, guys. Some of the Colerain coaching staff, everybody up there. Thanks to everybody from Waycross Community Media and wearecolerain.com that lets us showcase our student athletes here from Colerain High School and Princeton High School.
So, after the injury timeout, it'll be 2nd and 13 for the Princeton Vikings.
Yeah, Williams got up under his own power, kind of holding his shoulder, kind of looked in the air, probably a stinger.
Hold back, handoff Ball, tried to find some space. He does not. Hit by a flock of Cardinals, and it'll be a minimal gain back to the line of scrimmage for the Princeton Vikings.
Yeah, substitute in the ball game. First time we've called his name here. 1936, or 1936, number 36, Ryan Williams makes the play. Brings up a 3rd down and 12, 11 minutes left in this game. We got a running clock, Colerain up 42-7.
Reed takes the snap, looks right. He's got Staley one-on-one, and the pass is behind him, but we have a penalty flag on the field.
Penalty marker on the field.
There, a penalty marker. That's Colerain fans not happy. I don't know if we got a replay of that.
Still being a pass interference on the Colerain Cardinals.
We're watching the replay. It's just a quick little hook pass. That ball was thrown about 7 yards short. Both players dive back for the ball. and Colerain called for the pass interference.
There is no such thing as uncatchable in high school football.
At the 43-yard line.
He did make an indication with his hand that he may be patted on his back. You can't really tell from that replay. Back high pass. Staley gets 1 foot in. No.
It's out of bounds.
They're going to say Christian pushed him out of bounds. Didn't get that foot in. Out of bounds. Cardinals defend. And we have a final here. Mason defeats Lakota West 23-7.
Yeah, good replay. Definitely shows his foot out of bounds. Great
Whoa,
work.
whoa, whoa. Definitely. It looks like it probably
I
stepped
said
out of
definitely,
bounds.
so definitely.
Looks like he probably stepped out of bounds.
Second down and 10.
Takes his snap, hands it off the ball. He's going to try to find some space, and he can't. Dan Bolden, the freshman there, on the tackle. It'll set up a 3rd and 8 for the Princeton Vikings.
Bolden gets the tackle, but E.J. Harrell kind of blows up there. Really, he got the assist on the tackle with his back turn. He hit ball enough to slow him down that allowed Bolden to come up, so only 1 yard gained on that play.
Reed barking out some signals. Takes the snap. Pressure coming. He gets it away quickly to Staley. He's going to be
Short.
Brought down a yard short of the first down. It'll be 4th down for the Vikings. No doubt they will be going for it here.
Clock still running, 8:50 left in the ball game. It's interesting. They've spread out the field. They've got the bunch formation down to the short side, and they keep going to the one-on-one coverage, but I'd keep doing it too. DeMarcus Staley has shown great hands and has a slight height advantage on the defensive back. So 4th down and 1, ball on the Colerain 48-yard line.
Under center is Reed. The step back, he lost the ball. It's right into the hands of E.J. Harrell.
E.J. Harrell trying, almost getting his 2nd touchdown. The handoff was mishandled. That ball just kind of popped up in the air as we watched the replay. And there, Johnny on the spot. E.J. Harrell takes it from the quarterback. And
It
if
just
not
gets
for
tripped up. Tried to make a move. See, E.J. Harrell made the argument to us in the coaches show that he should try to get some running back. He played running back back
He played
in the day.
running back all of his life, moved to the defensive line because there's just so much depth there, but is a disruptor there, and it just gets a shoestring tackle. He got the fumble recovery in the end zone for the touchdown. Almost gets his 2nd one, but
it would have been for E.J. Harrell if he got his 2nd. Jones is out, hand in. Zach Johnson takes the counter up the middle. It's going to be across the line marker for a 1st down. So
yeah, Colerain making lots of substitution. We'll try to get him. That's Hoffman in the ball game on the offensive line. Metz, Gilbert, Metzger.
So Spencer Hand under center now for the Colerain Cardinals. Sends Johnson in motion. It's going to be another counter. This time Deshaun Sarley. He's got some blockers out in front. It's a foot race to the sideline. Stays in. No. Gonna mark him out. He did a great job of reaching in, but he says he's going to step out at the 6-yard line.
They run a counter again. The senior Sarley doesn't get the ball a lot, but when he does, he makes things happen. Nice block by Zach Johnson up front. Gets out there, and it's a foot race to the corner. Gets to the outside. Only one man to beat, and does step out of bounds.
Quarterback now for the Cardinals.
Spencer Hand under center. Takes it, handoff. Zach Johnson counter the other way, still on his feet, spins around, and will be down to about the 2-yard line. Nope, officially the 1-yard line on the Colerain Cardinals.
Johnson, the ball carrier.
Yeah, Zach Johnson was battling preseason for a starting position here with the Varsity, a junior, but lots of promise right here. Has taken advantage of his playing time.
And the Cardinals are going to huddle, and I think the senior just talked his way into the field. Demetrius Colbert has checked in at running back for the Colerain Cardinals.
You know, he started his career as a JV level. He's an ex-running back too.
Fullback dive, Demetrius Colbert.
He's still working.
Is in for a touchdown. Meat Rack, as he's affectionately called here, Colerain Cardinals, the defensive captain for the Colerain, one of the defensive stars The Colerain Cardinals in on offense. 1 yard out. Demetrius Colbert. 6 points for the Colerain Cardinals.
Yeah, he's initially stopped at the goal line, but just kind of keeps driving his legs, shows determination. He got one chance to carry the ball, and he was going to take full advantage of that.
Good block up front by the senior offensive lineman, Phoenix Robinson Wesley. The big man doesn't get a lot there, but he plowed through there as the kick is up. And it's good, so at 5:35 to play, it's the Colerain Cardinals on homecoming night, leading the Princeton Vikings 49-7. Get a look there from the top of the student section.
It's Patriotic Day, red, white, and blue day. I'll tell you what, they're the 13th man here in the stadium. This student section.
13th?
Yeah, because there's so many of them. They're 12 and 13. Getting larger and larger every week, louder and louder. So thanks to all you kids that give it your all in the end zone. I've talked to a few of the players right there, and you know they moved the student section from up in the stands to that end zone there. The red zone is very much a part of this game.
Demetrius, well, the over-under on Demetrius Colbert scoring a running touchdown. I don't know what that was, but the young man gets a touchdown on the offensive side. We also saw E.J. Harrell get 1 defensive touchdown. Jeff Christian with a return touchdown from a punt and an interception tonight. Because this is a part of the great, we mentioned earlier, as part of the Great American Rivalry Series here. There will be an MVP announced. It'll be interesting who that goes to, just the way this game is played out.
You almost got to give it to Christian. You don't get two defensive touchdowns in a game too often.
If E.J. Harrell
gets the second, that's 4 defensive touchdowns. So Dineski again having trouble with the wind, keeping on the tee. He's going to get a little bit of help holding here. Got the wind at his back to see. We got all subs in.
Keontae Jones is holding it. Dinevsky
Alex will be returnable
to the 1. He's going to take it out, try to find some space, and he's not going to find it. Dan Bolden with another big tackle.
Have we said he's a freshman?
Have we mentioned the fact that that young man is a freshman?
Yeah, they list him as a 6 foot, 170-pound freshman, son of our athletic director, Dan Bolden, Jr.
Let's put it this way.
He's a heat-seeking missile.
Little Danny's older brother played a little bit sparingly as a freshman, but he's at Michigan now. Danny, starting in the middle, has done a fantastic job here, stepping up, really winning that role here at Colerain. Pitch out to the outside. Princeton Vikings trying to get something going here. We got massive substitutions on the defensive side here. The Colerain Cardinals, this ball picks up about 8 yards on that carry.
Anthony Beavis on the tackle for Colerain.
Anthony Beavis.
Beavis has been a tremendous player on the JV level, has moved up to the varsity, at least earned a spot on the coverage team.
Now Raphael Floyd is in, freshman quarterback. He'll try to find some space, running outside. And Raphael Floyd will get nowhere. He's going to be at about 1, maybe a 2. Nope, going to just be 1 yard. It'll be a 3rd and 2 for the Princeton Vikings. See, I was right. Floyd was going to play. It just took a while. Probably see some action tomorrow in this JV game. Floyd, pitch back outside the ball. He's going to try to find some space, and he hits it. He's going to turn it on the Jets. Makes 1 man miss, tries to make a second, and he's finally tripped up by Dylan Bigner, and not before he gets across the 40-yard line.
Bigner, a touchdown saving tackle. 3:33 left in this ball game. Ball's had success inside. Now they work him outside.
Long pitch out, ball trying to find a hole. Goes inside the pile. He's going to try to push it. It'll get across midfield into Cardinal territory. 3 minutes to play.
A tackle on the play. Anthony Freeze.
Anthony Freeze.
Floyd, step back, fakes the pitch, hands it to Dickey at the fullback position. He'll get across the 45 and pick up another Viking first down.
Freeze again on the tackle. Yeah, they fake the pitch. They go inside. Nice play also there by Tyrone Hunter.
Chandler on the tackle.
So 2:20 left to play. Just said when you're up by 30, it's a running clock, whether you get a first down or not. Only stopping for timeouts and injuries.
Floyd lost the snap. Ball still loose. He's going to find it and fall on it. The Princeton Vikings have really struggled with the snap tonight.
Well, you got your backup quarterback in there. Doesn't get a lot of
now you have your
snaps
backup to your backup in. Pitch out, Floyd the ball. He nearly bobbled it, stays on his feet, plows through, and picks up about 8 yards. They'll set up a 3rd and short for the Princeton Vikings. 90 seconds to play in the contest.
Khalil Lambert, along with Freeze on the tackle.
Watkins on the tackle. 3rd down.
So I tell you what, Ball's got to be tired.
He looks at struggling to get back to the I formation. He's going to take this pitch to the outside, try to find some space. I think in the first quarter he might have scored a touchdown on that one, just out of gas at this point. He'll get enough for the first down here.
Well, we don't have his final stats, but he had 14 carries, 112 yards through the 3rd quarter. He's probably picked up another 30 to 40 here.
Under a minute now to play. Floyd pitches it out. Number 17 with it for the Vikings. He's going to be mad, and he fumbled. Raekwon Robinson out in space, and he fumbled it, but Vikings get back on top of it. And a timeout by the Princeton Vikings with 35 seconds remaining.
Yeah, it looked like the hit was by Ryan Williams there for Colerain. Jars that ball loose, but he falls back on it. Princeton burns up a timeout. 35 seconds left. 2nd down and 5.
Timeout Princeton.
So again, thanks again to everybody from Waycross Community Media that came out here. All the volunteers are out in the stands, up in the air, taking pictures. All the guys in the truck.
Well, their feet are on something. They're not just floating in the air.
With you guys make us look and sound more professional than we really are. So thanks all you guys for helping us showcase our student athletes. And
thankfully, they can't see us.
So 2nd down and 5, 35 seconds left. Princeton comes out of the timeout with not enough players. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. You have 11 now.
Interesting to see if they set something up with that timeout here. Try to get one less score. And they weren't set.
So you stop the clock to get the play in. You don't get the right players in, and then can't get the playoff. But the clock does start. Maybe.
5-yard penalty.
They broke the huddle with 10 men.
And then brought the 11th from the side. But they're going to rush up to the line of scrimmage. 10 seconds left. They're going to try to run a play. And they're still not lined up. And Princeton's going to use another timeout to cut into this 49-7 lead with 3 seconds left.
We didn't really point. He pointed to himself for the timeout.
Now the Princeton called a timeout. Coach ran in from the sidelines.
I think what the thing is, the clock
should not have been running.
It's not saying it didn't look like a timeout. It looked like the coach's time or a referee timeout.
That's for the coach was probably reminding the referee that since it was a dead ball foul, that the clock shouldn't stop. Somebody's got to go tell the clock guys with 35 seconds.
He's trying to work on it. Still waiting on the clock.
And is reminded by everybody in the stands, a couple of administrators, several referees and coaches, to put 35 seconds on the clock. And they're diligently working on it. Sometimes the buttons don't work right. And there it is. Everybody's happy now.
And we can continue.
So 49-7. Princeton looking for that 42-point play to tie this up.
Snap back. Floyd looks. He's looking to Staley all the way. Throws it up in the air. Staley can't come down with it.
Really?
There's going to be a flag, but I don't think it matters. The clock is going to run out by the time they call
Well, they've got
penalty.
time to run up and make a play, but they've got a ball set. It was just a jump ball. The ball's underthrown. And Princeton, is Princeton going to burn another timeout?
No, the referees have stopped the clock.
It's pass interference. The ball's going to be marked inside the 10. Princeton takes a timeout.
It's not inside the 10. It's not a spot foul. It's at the 6-17.
Okay, you're right. You're right. Quarterback goes back as we watch in a replay, and it's just another jump ball.
I honestly don't know how that was pass interference.
Well, and especially in a 49-7, this game is out of reach. This is, unless he mugs him, the referee's just got to eat this flag.
All he's doing is risking some kid somewhere getting hurt here.
Yeah, watching the replay again, yeah, that was not pass interference, and even if it was so ticky-tack, it should not have been a call.
Here's the thing. Each one of these crews gets rated every week. So
yep. So here we are, 16 seconds left. Princeton hands the ball first down on their own 18, or on 17.
Snap back, bad snap to Floyd. He's gonna try to pick it up, and it's recovered by the Colerain Cardinals. That's number 39 for the Colerain Cardinals, Josh Lucas.
Josh Lucas is sophomore linebacker, and again, another bad snap. That's at least 5.
And that's a final here from Colerain High School. It's the Colerain Cardinals 49, the Princeton Vikings 7. For Brian Wyatt, this is Brandon Wyatt, and everyone at WeAreColerain.com and everyone at Waycross Community Television. This has been a Cardinal victory on homecoming night.
Copies of this program are available for $20 each. Send program title along with your address and check or money order to Waycross Community Media. Attention Dub Coordinator, 2086 Waycross Road, Forest Park, Ohio 45240. Or buy securely on the web at www.waycross.tv.